This is a Headgum podcast.
In 1911, California passed a state constitutional amendment allowing citizens to vote on ballot initiatives, an opportunity to legislate from the voting booth. Thus began America's most lasting and consequential experiment with direct democracy, an experiment that, over a century later, still remains controversial. The ballot initiative process has led to regressive populist victories like 1994's Proposition 187, a draconian anti-immigrant measure, 2008's Proposition 8, which banned same-sex marriage, ironically passed the same year Californians overwhelmingly voted Barack Obama for president, and most disastrously, 1987's Proposition 13, which, in limiting property taxes on rich homeowners, both hamstrung state revenues and throttled the housing supply. But Californians have also united to advance social and economic progress not delivered by the state legislature. 1914's Proposition 10 helped ensure voting rights by banning poll taxes. 2016's Proposition 64 legalized marijuana, a boon to the emerging job classification of podcast producer, and 1986's Proposition 65 required corporations to provide written notification of the presence of dangerous chemicals. The state of California's own description reads, quote, Proposition 65 requires businesses to provide warnings to Californians about significant exposures to chemicals that cause cancer, birth defects, or other reproductive harm, end quote. And while you'd be unsurprised to see a legally mandated Proposition 65 notice affixed to the window of a new electric vehicle or on the wall of a dry cleaners, you might be a bit disturbed that one fast food chain displays a Prop 65 warning on the order confirmation screen of its own app, despite a slogan that encourages diners to, quote, eat fresh. The ubiquitous sandwich chain in question has endured myriad controversies, from its so-called chicken being exposed as only 50% meat to its human mascot being outed as a child pornographer. But it saw mild success with a 2024 cross-branded Footlong gimmick menu and is now back to the same playbook this year by collaborating with a Frito-Lay varietal best known for its association with Taco Bell. But can this latest reconfiguration of existing ingredients be enough to entice consumers to return to this declining sandwich shop? Either way, it better taste pretty fucking good, because you're apparently ingesting enough toxic chemicals to require legal notification. This week on Doughboys, we return, once again, to Subway for the Doritos Footlong Nachos.
So it's the Doughboys!
Welcome to Doughboys, the podcast about chain restaurants. I'm Tiger Weiger, along with my co-host. My love for you is deep dish, but the deviled eggs love me deeper. The Spoon Man, Mike Mitchell. How about that?
That's a great roast, except I would never leave the deep dish for deviled eggs. The deviled eggs love me more than,
My love for you is deep dish, but the devil. Yes, in the math of this roast, which of course is a reference to Casey's upcoming feature film. The math is that you were leaving deep dish pizza for deviled eggs.
A good roast, though.
A good roast.
A great roast.
Hello, Doughboys and crew. First and foremost, congratulations to Casey on his indie film reaching its funding goal during the Munch Madness 10 live stream. I just watched all 6 hours. Congratulations, Casey. I just watched all 6 hours and had an absolute blast. When you've been out of a job for a year, one has that kind of free time in the day. The main feed and the doubles have been constant. Maybe cut back on the Patreon subscriptions if you've been out of work for a year.
No! keep the Patreon subscription.
But thank you very much. The main feed and the doubles have been constant high points in my week that I look forward to while I continue to find new employment. Thank you all for the hours upon hours of entertainment and for all the hard work from the host and the dais, although come on, really just the dais, that goes into putting every episode together. Congratulations on approaching your 10-year Donaversary, and congratulations again to Casey. I can't wait to see the movie. All the best, Sam. Donaversary. Sam from Carlsberg.
Wow, Sam from Carlsberg.
Roastedbirdfuck.com.
My stomach hurts. This is such a bad start. This is a bad start.
This is a bad start, and this is also a bad sign, I feel like, for this week's change Subway.
Sure,
because you ingest the gimmick food that they are using, they're selling right now that we are covering because it's topical, and then you have an immediate negative reaction. Your body is rebelling against it.
I just want to say, what's his name from Carlsberg?
Sam.
Keep the Patreon. Just, I don't know, feed your bird less or whatever the fuck you have to do.
You think Sam's a bird guy?
I think Sam's a bird guy.
He's a guy walking around with a parrot on his shoulder.
He's probably got a fat parrot.
Yeah.
Send the parrot on a diet. It's fine.
I love the parrot guy walking around like the the fucking outdoor mall. Like, oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? Oh, yeah, I got a parrot there. Did you guys see? You guys
listen to Doughboys.
Yeah.
What is the parrot saying? Because they talk, right?
I'm
So
lonely. Look, it was a good roast.
It's a very good roast, Sam.
And we know good roasts
We sure do.
at the show.
Mitch, last week,
Wags.
our buddy Jabal Bowie was here.
Yes.
We brought up a film that I realized I'd never seen, To Live and Die in L.A. This was a film that you talked about.
Oh, my God.
I watched it this past weekend.
What did you think?
Let me tell you, Five Forks. Very good movie.
Wow. You like Dafoe?
It's a William Friedkin movie. Yeah, I love Dafoe. I just watched I did a full Paul Schrader watch down last year, and one of his films, which I'd never seen, Light Sleeper, is a Willem Dafoe, Susan Sarandon two-hander. It's a drug dealer movie. He's not a scumbag in that one. He's a scumbag in this one, but I always love seeing a young Dafoe. Young virile Dafoe. I guess he's still virile.
That hog is really hanging at that point.
Yeah, that famously confusingly large hog.
We're on the Action Boys text thread. They sent us a video of the hog.
Yeah.
And it's something else. It's quite the hog.
It's a prize pig. William Friedkin obviously directed it, delivered on the promised Wang Chung soundtrack. And Mitch, the other thing, this movie has a William Peterson hog, which he's not too shabby in that department.
Yeah.
I will just say, as someone who grew up in L.A. County, and because this movie's obviously set in L.A., I love anything that deals with that 80s L.A. grime that I kind of like vaguely remember from my childhood.
Wang Chung song that John Mulaney now uses.
Yeah. It's got a lot of...
It doesn't stink. I think Mulaney sounds like the critic.
It's not just the pre-gentrified downtown LA, which just has a lot of part of, and like the LA River and stuff, but also like the port of Los Angeles in San Pedro, which is the busiest port in North America.
Sure.
And is I know because San Pedro is right next to Long Beach. My parents lived in San Pedro for a time, so I've been around that area a lot. It's got its own sort of like scummy veneer to it. Also, just like LA is like one of the most beautiful climates on earth, and it's just been at a certain point was just covered with asphalt and oil derricks and fucking power plants, and there's a lot of that. And
that's all changed now. It's
yeah.
The concrete is gone.
Yeah, it's picturesque. The great William Peterson line I wrote down. Guess what? Uncle Sam doesn't give a shit about your expenses. You want bread? Fuck a baker. Pretty good.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
I saw.
Glad I watched it.
I saw a movie last night.
What was it?
It was Warfare.
Oh, I saw Warfare too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was talking about with Amelia.
You see hog in Warfare, but it's pretty. It's pretty. It's like
it's not a fun hog.
It's not a fun hog.
Yeah.
It's a man. It's an uncut gem. It's after a man gets after a man gets IED and they cut his pants and you see his hog.
Well, spoiler alert.
Oh shit! Yeah. Spoiler. Oh, there's an IED in Warfare.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. That's an unpleasant watch.
I almost made the same mistake when we were talking about last night, and someone said IUD. It's IED. I said it correctly. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Interuterine device.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it interuterine device?
Yeah.
Yes.
that's nasty. Why is Jamal Bowie being on and got me thinking, like, he says a lot of smart things about politics.
Yeah, sure.
And I was watching John Oliver. I was watching John Oliver, and it's a great show. I like it. It's like a lot of great political statements on that show. And there's a lot going on in our country right now. And I feel like we all got our heads stuck in the streamers. You know what I mean? HBO Max, a great streamer.
Yeah, sure.
But also they have this Def Poetry Jam on there, and so I decided to write a little poetry jam for you.
Okay, so the combination of you're watching
HBO Max,
you're watching Max, you're watching John Oliver, and then you're also they have Def Poetry Jam. Those two things, two factors converge, and now you wrote in some poetry.
I just wrote you a little poetry. Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Can I recite it for you?
Okay, please.
All right, here we go. Trump pushing his power to the max, but I don't mean HBO, man. Relax. All people want to talk about is White Lotus, but we should be talking about our white POTUS. Because the economy is crashing, but this time I ain't laughing. Fat cats obsessed with money like they're ourless, and people like me and you end up carless, or even homeless like Bubbles on The Wire. We got a Veep in Prez chasing their desires. Instead of progress and moving forward like we should, we're going backwards. Man, we're almost back in Deadwood. And our future looks like Westworld. We're in a crisis. I'm going to end up 6 feet under when I see these new egg prices. For these politicians, it's a game, but not of thrones. Claiming to be righteous, but only want those gemstones. They're a bunch of hacks, and they destroyed our trust. And they won't be happy till they see the last of us.
I have one note.
Yeah?
Just let it breathe. Just a little longer.
I thought your note was going to be, why did you do this?
No, I loved it. I didn't realize when you with that setup that it was going to be about the current administration, but through the lens of referencing a bunch of Max's catalog of shows.
I loved it. We gotta sign you up for like a slam poetry.
I warned Toni that I was going to do it before we even came in here. And her reaction is pretty much what I thought it would be, which is no laughter and just nodding her head.
But it was a nice little tour down memory lane of their vast library of great shows.
Mm-hmm. You can watch all of that.
All available
on Max. But
But
get your head out of the streamers and do something.
Get your head out of the streamers and do something. Promo code DOE for 15% off your first month of Max. Which we're recording up.
I told the day I saw they were like, we should move to Italy. It's crazy here. And I was like, I'm going to address it on this episode. And I don't think they were prepared for how bad it was going to be, honestly.
Also, if you're worried about fascism, we should not move to Italy.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
did you see who they elected?
We know this.
They elected like Mussolini's niece or something. It's it's like insane.
Mussolini's niece. Go on. Is there a Mr. Mussolini? We've talked about this before. A lot of Italians love Trump. They're the Italians I know back when
I don't know what I love more. Nunes Nunes chicken parm or Trump. Oh, Madone, which one is better?
Anyways,
the Leaning Tower of Pisa or Trump? I don't know.
I don't have one.
I don't know. I was just like, that's my fucking the rainbow wheel in my old brain trying to come up with one Italian reference.
Spaghetti and meatballs, or spaghetti and then Trump. Spaghetti and Trump.
Just make it Trump.
All right, just Trump. I was gonna say Trump and Pence. That doesn't work.
It's gilding the lily. It's just Trump.
I've been so nerve-wracked since I did my poem.
Why are you nerve-wracked? That was great.
I don't know, because I put myself out there.
That was great, Mitch. It was very vulnerable.
What?
I want to reference a couple of things. I just want to mention this real quick. We're recording episodes slightly in advance because we're about to go on tour in May, Mitch. Our first DC show and our Newark show are sold out. However, tickets are still available for our second DC show, May 14th at the DC Improv, and in Boston, Mitch, at the Wilbur on May 17th. That's going to be a big blowout show. You're not going to want to miss that show. birdfuck.com/live. And please join us when we're in your town over on the East Coast, the Feast Coast.
Yes, come to the Boston show. A lot of my family and friends will be there. We've been making them do it for 10 years now. But
and come to the DC if you missed out on the Mitch.
Oh, come to the DC show.
Come to the DC show. If you missed out on the first show, we had a second show.
We got two shows.
We got two shows in DC. Come
there might be some surprises.
Yeah. Check that out. All right, Mitch, I know you got a drop to play and we got a guest to introduce.
I want to try to do more Italian stuff with Toronto. Fine, I'll do this. I'm gonna hit him with the drop.
Just think while the drop is playing.
Okay,
Italian specific.
I'm gonna hit him with
think of one.
All right.
Okay, start thinking.
When you were in college.
What'd you say?
I said when you were in college.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Hey boys, check it out. Ladies are out on campus now.
That pretty lass is showing some ankle.
We really gave it to the Krauts good in
World War I.
Yeah, World War I.
I'm majoring in vacuum tubes. Want to work on one of those new room-sized computers? My next class is on punch cards. I don't care for interracial marriage. That shouldn't happen.
You're old. Man, we're unfunny.
I thought that was a lot of fun.
I liked it.
Let's see here. That
Little Scott Joplin.
Is that who? Is that?
Yeah, I think that was Maple Leaf Rag. Yeah.
Are you telling me Janice is a nepo baby?
Mitch, that's how Hollywood works.
Ugh.
You don't get Janice without Scott.
Okay. Hello, Drop King, Emma, Amelia, or whoever is handling the real work for the show. Okay.
All right.
Attaches my drop, inspired by Wagger's college, reminiscing from the recent-ish Casey double about root beer. Thanks to whoever reads this, I drop off even my most cherished podcasts every now and then, but never the Doughboys.
Wow.
Chris.
Wow. Did you come up with one?
No, but you go first. You go first.
Okay. I don't know which I like better. Dante's The Divine Comedy or Trump? Great Italian work of literature.
I don't know what I like better. Spaghetti and meat. No, I already did that one. Tiramisu or Trumpamasu?
Dropsandbirdfuck.com.
Help us be funny.
Help us, guest. Returning to the show, our great friend, Toni Charline Ramos. Hi, Toni.
Yay!
Thanks so much for making time for us.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you like my poem?
A pleasure. Yeah. You're like, when you told me, you're like, okay, so Weiger was out of the room. Okay, so I have this, it's a corny poem, so don't worry, it is corny. I'm like, okay. And you're like, just look at the title. Show me the title. Like, but just so you know, when I read it, it's corny. I was like, all right, buddy.
I had to make sure you knew that I wasn't being serious, which I think was never an issue.
Yeah.
Never for
You
a
went
second.
to get coffee. You went and got coffee, and
That's right.
I said, I have a surprise for Wags.
That's
I
right.
have a surprise.
Susser wrote the Gemstones line.
Was a
What
good
do you
line.
guys
What
do?
the fuck? What about the rest of the
No,
poem?
your rest was good too, but it's just, you can tell that little susser touch.
That's bullshit.
Man does it for a living.
The gemstones and whatever that whole I forget what it was. I don't give a shit.
It's fine.
Yeah,
We
it's not.
don't need-
It's not
we don't-
important.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't. You don't want to. You don't
Yeah,
want.
no,
you don't
we
want me
got
to do
it.
an hour podcast after.
You know what? Actually, could you just read the whole thing again?
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will make it into a drop with another Scott Joplin rag.
Yeah.
Is rag means ragtime? Huh?
Ragtime, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a ragtime song? Is
Yeah,
that
it
what
was.
that
Yeah,
is?
it's Scott
Oh.
Joplin, kind of the king of ragtime.
Scott Joplin's the king of rag.
I think so, very much
Amelia's
so.
nodding along. You freak. You know.
Big Scott Joplin fan.
Really?
Are you really? What's your favorite?
She knew
Maple Leaf Rag.
Maple Leaf Rag is great. That one's a banger.
What's Maple Leaf Rag?
The one we just heard.
They
Oh,
just-
that's your favorite?
They just said it mere moments ago.
One, I don't care. Two, I'm never gonna remember.
The other big one is The Entertainer. You know The Entertainer. You've definitely heard The Entertainer.
I am the entertainer. Oh, okay.
No, it's not. They're not lyrical. They're just piano songs. Oh,
I know that, of course. This is what showbiz used to be. You could go out on a stage and just dance to that song.
Yeah.
People would cheer.
You would love it.
Yeah, where's the WB frog?
Oh man,
That ragtime?
I mean, I feel like
That's
he
a
kind of
great
did
question.
more jazz standards,
Hello,
but I guess
my
he
baby.
do some
Hello,
ragtimey
my-
stuff. Sure.
Oh, maybe saying about
Yeah.
my ragtime gal.
Yeah.
He got canceled, unfortunately. The WB frog.
Yeah, he was a little handsy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Toni, you are now living, or at least for the time being, you were living in Mexico.
I am, yes.
Wow.
For the past 3 months and still got some time there.
So you're up here for a brief stretch where,
Yes.
like, will you do the Doughboys? You're kind enough to say, like, yeah, I'll do the Doughboys
Oh
in
my gosh,
limited
a
time in LA.
pleasure. Absolutely.
We appreciate it so much. What is it like, and is it better than here?
I love LA.
Wow.
I love LA.
Yeah.
I love LA. I love LA.
Yeah.
I love
Sounds like Randy
Mexico.
Newman, I was going to say.
I love
Now you
LA.
Now you don't. Now you sound like...
We can't sing that in my house because I'm dating a short king, and he has that song.
Oh, is
Short
the
people
short
have
people? Yeah.
No reason to live.
Yeah.
So we can't sing that song.
They say that and I Love L.A.?
No, it's a different song. It's a different song.
Oh.
But I always assumed, I don't know anything about Randy Newman. I always assumed Randy Newman was himself a short king. He's
no,
not.
he's
He's
like
a big guy.
He's like over 6 foot. I
So that's
believe.
punching down.
That's punching down.
Wow.
Literally.
Yeah.
Mitch.
I'm saying he's literally
Mitch.
punching down.
Not cool, Mitch.
It's true. It's true.
Literally, he's tall.
He's tall. He's a tall man.
I thought the song was meant to be satire.
I think so. Well, yeah, little bitty eyes, little bitty teeth, little bitty cars that go beep, beep, beep.
I
would
think he's talking about
imagine.
little people in the sense of you're little. You know,
Relax.
you're
You're
little
small
ass.
people.
You're small.
But he
Well-
says short people in the
Oh,
song.
all right.
Yeah, short
Yeah.
people ain't got no reason to live.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying all of us. I'm saying it's come on. It's no matter what height. There's no real reason.
It's very
Okay,
existential
okay.
of you,
Give
Mitch.
up.
Yeah.
So you went from what's his name? I just said his name.
Randy Newman.
You went from Randy Newman to now James Taylor. You
What is
love
that?
Mexico.
mean? Oh yes, sure.
No one knows the James Taylor song
What's the
Mexico.
song? I don't know it.
Yeah, I do. I know what you're talking
I bet I've heard it.
about.
I just don't know it from the title.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
Mr.
we'll get
Mexico,
DCMA.
James
You will get
Taylor.
DCMA.
Give us a little taste.
Yeah.
Oh, Mexico. Yeah.
I know. I can only hear the name.
I think I've heard this. Yeah. Don't play. Don't
I
play
can't
it on
play
your
even
phone.
a
Don't play it on
second.
your
I'm
phone.
just
Don't
gonna
play it
look.
on your phone.
I'm just gonna look at a lyric to it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at a lyric. To
Okay.
It. But
To answer your question, I love Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm in Puerto Vallarta.
Nice.
I absolutely
Wow.
love it. I love the food, the culture. It feels like a village. It's nice to take a little peek outside from the States.
Yeah, sure.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really dig it.
Okay, so you're there. You obviously you love LA. You have a lot of elite. You grew up all over. I know you spent some time in
Yes.
Washington, some time in Arizona.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I got some lyrics here.
Okay, give it.
Oh, down in Mexico, I never really been, so I don't really know. Oh, Mexico. I guess I'll have to go. I guess this is just old posturing. He's never been to Mexico.
Sun's so hot, I forgot to go home. Guess I'll have to go. Yeah.
Down in Yeah.
You know what else? Christopher Cross has a song like that too.
Yes, I love sailing.
So much further to go. Went to the border of Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Ride like the wind. Ride like
Ride
the
like the
wind.
Yeah. That's a great song.
Yeah, it's a really good song. That whole album's
Ride
fucking
like
good.
the wind, ride like the wind. That is it. Sorry, Jimmy. That is a big
It is
part
that.
of
It's
it.
very much that.
I like
They
one of the best moments. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say real quick. There's a factoid we've talked about on the podcast before. That Christopher Cross album wins that album that's like it's all bangers. It's a very good album, but it wins best album or album of the year at the Grammys over Pink Floyd's The Wall, which is insane.
Look, I appreciate.
Shocking.
Pink Floyd's The Wall. Pink Floyd The Wall is maybe my favorite album of all time. I love that album.
Yeah,
but it is a really good album. It is very 80s. It's funny. I guess it's 1980.
Name 3 songs.
From Ride Like the Wind,
Okay.
Sailing, which is enough for me.
Oh, that's fun. Well,
Sailing-
it's not enough for me. Name one more.
It's
so good.
I think Maple Leaf
It's
Rag is
so
on there.
Yeah, I think
good.
Maple Leaf Rag. Christopher. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
There's a song just
All
that's
right.
just his name.
Yeah, he's
Chris Cross. Sailing, one of the best moments of my life. I was in Colombia.
Wow.
Ooh.
And I was with Micus and the gang, and it was like a rocky start, which I've told that story before, and I won't tell it publicly.
Right.
Where
Oh.
things got crazy in Colombia, as you could. When I'm with a group of Quincy guys, it got
Right.
just a little crazy.
Did someone immediately buy drugs? Who knows?
Maybe
Oh,
was the drug
okay.
a softball of worth of cocaine? Maybe.
Not even an 8-ball.
Did the drug dealer leave and without us paying him? Yes. I wasn't even involved. I didn't want any of this stuff. I swear this is the truth. And then I was so scared the entire time. And anyways,
Of course.
I went to we went out on a boat, and it was like the waves were crazy, and I thought I was gonna die. I was like, oh, I survived this one thing, and now I'm gonna die in a boat. And then the water cleared up, and it was like crystal clear and beautiful, and like a guy in a wooden boat, like an old man in an old man in the sea type boat, came up and like was trying to sell us lobsters.
Wow.
And that song Sailing came on.
Sailing
Takes me away to where I want to.
That song's an Ambulance, Michael Bay movie. It's a great moment.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
Listen to it on the earbuds.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it's
Great
A
song.
song that plays as you die. What is it? Not that you haven't thought about it a lot, which I feel
This
like
is,
you might have.
I got. Do you have one, Wags?
The boys are back in town.
Girls just want to have lunch, but
Wow, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
It depends on how I die. Like, am I going on a hailstorm of bullets or something?
You're saying as you die. Are you saying like in the movie of your life, or are you saying like that's what you're listening to, or are you saying like that's kind of like the vibe of your death?
Here's the thought process.
Yeah.
We played that song and then you said ambulance, and then I thought you meant like, oh, that song was playing in an ambulance. There's not a lot to it. So
Yeah, sure.
I think
I'm
I have
gonna
the
say
answer.
like as you die, which is so you have a gun in your mouth.
All right, so picture me with a.
I'm so-
No, I like this. Picture me with a gun in my mouth.
You tried it with a noose, but it broke the rafter. It's plan B.
Where was I? What raft?
You're 2 stories down.
The gun is in my mouth.
Yeah.
You know, it's playing. That's a good way
And
for
then,
an
like, kids
entertainer
are
to die.
chasing the ice cream truck like around.
It's a good way for an entertainer. You know what would be a good song is Hollywood Boulevard is a nice song
Sure.
by the Kinks.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah.
That's a great song.
You love that song.
I love that song.
Give
It's in my
me
top 10.
A little taste, just to make sure.
Everybody's a dreamer, and everybody's a star, and everybody's in showbiz, no matter who you are.
Ooh.
There are stars on every corner, on every something and on every street. And when you walk down Hollywood Boulevard, some are beneath your feet. I forget the lyrics.
Nice.
Mitch, that was really good.
That was-
I just wish the lyrics had been changed to acknowledge some HBO Max properties.
Yeah. It almost felt a little Adam Sandler-y, too.
Oh,
Did it really?
Yeah.
You kind of went into a
That's a
little bit of
compliment.
Sandman.
Yeah.
It's about like Rudolph Valentino, like they talk about all the stars
Yeah.
that are on Hollywood Boulevard. You get
get
it.
it.
You get the song.
There was I can't remember where it was exactly, but there's a star on the Walk of Fame for Michael Jackson, obviously. And so I was walking by.
When you step on it, it makes that noise.
Yeah. I was walking by the Michael Jackson star, and there were like people like just like, tourists like taking pictures, and there was like an unhoused guy who was just hanging out there, and he kept saying like, wrong one. There's 2 Michael Jacksons. That's the Michael Jackson who was a radio broadcaster in LA in like the 70s.
Oh.
The other, the actual Michael Jackson is spot somewhere else. So some guy just like, kind of set up shop just to tell tourists to go to the other Michael Jackson star.
And they each get you
Doing a
because you get
service, public service.
I know.
You get a star, and then you get like a little picture depending on the category you're in.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the difference is.
I think he had a microphone, and
Right.
then Michael Jackson has like a record.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
Be fun to be the wrong one guy.
I won't be happy till Bubbles gets a star too.
The character?
The chimp.
Michael
Oh, the
Jackson's
chimp.
chimpanzee.
Yes.
God, do people know about Bubbles anymore? Does the Deus know about
I
Bubbles?
know about Bubbles.
Is
Evan
Bubbles
knows
still
Bubbles.
alive?
Casey knows Bubbles.
I know Bubbles.
Amelia, you don't know Bubbles. What Bubbles do you know?
I know Blanket, his kid.
You know Blanket.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
Blanket.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
any
Blanket's
Bubbles.
that's a good cultural reference with Michael Jackson. Blanket.
Mitch referenced Bubbles from The Wire. Do you know the Bubbles from The Wire?
No.
Okay.
You don't know Bubbles from The Wire?
No.
Okay.
Great show. You
It's a
would
good
like
show.
it. Casey, you've seen The Wire.
Mitch, I have not seen The Wire.
Wow.
I also have not seen The Sopranos.
Wow.
I might take my donation back. What the fuck?
Let me defend Casey. He's a movie guy. Like,
I'm a
I feel
movie
like when you're a movie guy, like,
guy.
because there's so much TV I haven't seen. Obviously, there's a bunch of movies I haven't seen either. But
These
like,
shows are like movies.
yeah, but some of the big shows I've never seen. I've never seen what's the thing that's White Lotus. I've never seen White Lotus. People
I've
like
never
White
seen.
Lotus.
I've never seen White Lotus.
Yeah, so I
either.
don't know. I miss out on shit.
I can't tell what I love more. The Sopranos
That's
or
what
Toronto.
I was trying to eye Mitch on it. I was giving Mitch the eyes for it.
You were trying to signal to me and I didn't catch on to it at all. I'm also wondering, I also wonder if that is just a true statement from Amelia. They like, the TV shows are so good, they're cinematic, they're like movies. You gotta,
I will watch at least The Sopranos at some point, but
You should watch The Wire,
gotta
too.
find the time.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a whole thing. It's like
What are you doing now?
actually a
I can
great
watch
point.
right now.
You just have it on the monitor there. What are you
Yeah,
missing?
yeah.
Amelia could do the switch and you go in another room, watch the first episode of The Sopranos.
Yeah,
What do
and
you
then
think?
let us know.
Do you have a laptop? Can we make this happen?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think just the pilot of The Sopranos though is a good on ramp? Because the pilot's kind of little different. Like I feel like you can need
The
to commit to
pilot
more
was
than that.
shot so far before the rest of even the first
Yeah,
season. There's
there's a
such
bunch of
gap.
recasting.
I have also seen the pilot with the ducks. And all
Right,
that.
right.
I just haven't watched
Hey.
the
whole
whole
thing.
Yeah.
thing.
I would warn you that it becomes a very different show after 2 seasons, maybe. Like it's in the 3rd season that it's really.
Yeah, but it's.
I mean,
good.
it's still good. Don't
That's
get me
what
wrong.
I hear. Look, my parents
Hold up.
love The Sopranos. I
Your
watched.
parents have seen it and you haven't. That is wild.
Well, at the time when it was airing, I wasn't allowed to watch it. I was
Yeah.
too
Oh,
young.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
But
Actually,
I was jacking
movie
off to
with
that
them.
shit.
Jesus Christ. My God.
Bubbles the Chimp is still alive.
No.
Wow.
Yes, he was born in 1983 and he lived with Michael Jackson until 2005 and now he lives at the Center for Great Apes in Florida.
Wow.
So he is
Wow.
Mitch, you could
he's,
retire there.
he's 42.
Yeah.
We're the same age. I might as well go down there. I mean, I guess I'm a year older than Bubbles.
Yeah.
The Mulaney Show, which Dave Ferguson is
That's
the
right.
showrunner of, just did a funny Bubbles bit just recently.
Yeah.
They referenced Bubbles. So it's in the zeitgeist right now.
Mm-mm.
And also SNL did the White POTUS sketch on Saturday.
I was wondering which came first.
Interesting.
Let's just take a look at my notes. Except I changed something today, so it
Okay.
says today.
Kristen
The metadata
Arsenault
is not
also
gonna be on your
posted
side.
like a White POTUS thing like last week. I think he did like
Okay.
a graphics like bit with their theme song and it had like Trump in it.
Who did this?
Van Arsdalen.
So a lot of mutual invention going on. Let's go back. Wait, let's go
Hold
back.
on a second. Hold on now. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna timestamp it for you.
All right.
So you were first. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if 11 days ago means anything,
Wow.
you're a fucking hack, Van Arsdalen, and
For the
Saturday Night
listeners,
Live.
11 days ago was well before Saturday.
Did you also, but so that we recorded other episodes before Tony came in. So you were saving it for Tony?
Yes.
Really?
It wasn't done yet.
No, I wanted to do it on a mainline episode, and I said to Sus, how embarrassing will this be to do in front of Jamel Bowie? And he said, very embarrassing. You should just do it in front of someone else. And I said, yeah, I would have. I don't think I could have
Right.
been comfortable enough to do it in front of Jamel. And
Yeah.
I think I would
That
have been
makes me,
embarrassed.
Okay, I
yeah.
get that.
You've seen me be a fool.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen you well, we've talked about this before, full on naked, multiple times.
That stuff
Whether
is
I
a
wanted
little
to or
overblown.
not. On and off stage.
We did a Super Harold, and I came out naked at one point.
Needlessly, there was nothing that.
To be fair, I was like to my Harold group, I was like, let's all get naked, and then I got naked and walked out, and I was covering myself.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
because I don't want anyone to see anything.
yeah.
And
Just a thumb over the hole.
did Hanford maybe come out naked?
So it felt like somebody else did. I too was like, I'll come out naked, and I think somebody was like, it's not worth it. And I was like, yeah,
Well,
okay.
also to be
it's different if
Yes,
a
sure.
lady comes
well,
out.
also to be fair,
Was it Joe Hartzler?
Hartzer definitely like took off his.
this is what started.
Okay.
Is like one group took off like their like he took off his shirt, and then
Yeah.
people took off their and then I was like,
Well, we
we
got
need to heighten.
and you were
Yeah.
right. You were
Oh
right.
shit! Oh my god! I kicked Jemmy.
Okay. You okay?
She's
Bite him.
okay.
Bite him.
Yeah, bite him.
I'm so sorry, baby.
She's
That
okay.
sucks.
No, she's doing okay.
I kicked the dog.
I've done
don't
it
know if
before. It's just sometimes you move, not on purpose, but sometimes your Jemmy's in a place you're not expecting. You move your foot,
she's
and you end
very
up
good at getting
nudging
right
her.
under
It
people's feet,
happens.
especially if there's cheese around.
I barely
she comes
hit her.
to collect her cheese tax and
barely
she gets
hit
kicked in the
She's
face.
doing fine.
I barely.
It's not okay to
I'm not. I could never have said that before.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Well, maybe with my sister or something. That's it. I don't say that a lot. My sister was stronger than me. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Doughboys.
Diarrhea break.
You want me to keep going? You want me to keep going without you?
I was just trying-
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
All right, we're back with more Doughboys. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, therapy can feel like a big investment, but the state of your mind is just as important as your physical health. Let's talk numbers, Mitch. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. Wow.
With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and time. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach.
Mitch, you and I have both benefited from therapy. It's been a transformative experience for me, both from a mental standpoint, from a sleep standpoint, and also from a physical standpoint. And whether or not
The Doughboys say, get the gunk out.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And there are broader benefits regardless of whether you've been in therapy in the past. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries and empowers you to be the best version of yourself. And it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma.
That's right, Wags. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. Wow.
It's convenient, too. You can join a session with a click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life, plus switch therapists at any time. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/Doughboys today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Doughboys. Tell them Nick and Mitch sent you.
Okay, we're back. Mitch, how you feeling?
Not great, Wags.
Okay.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
I take drugs. I take the weight loss drugs.
Nice.
I take the weight loss drugs. Also, I feel like people are gonna think I'm a scumbag with. I didn't do just a little of that big ball of coke. I wasn't
You
for
can do as
me.
much coke
Yeah.
as you want.
I don't do that. I didn't do that.
Right.
It wasn't for
Have you never done it?
Tony. Maybe just a little touch here and there.
Okay.
I can say I've never
What do you
done
think he was doing in the bathroom?
That's insane.
the hardest drug I've ever done is weed. I've never touched anything else. And I think I don't think I could I'm like very addictive. I think me plus cocaine would be a really bad situation.
I thought that too. I was like, "Oh, I think this is going to be my drug. And my personality, I was like, let's do it anyways. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I
You could
too was
manage?
like, I could manage.
Yeah. Just a little bit of coke.
Just a little bit.
I feel that way about the spice melange from Dune. I feel like you do like just a little bit of the spice melange and not like, become like a transdimensional being.
Now, would you?
What's your favorite hard drug? Mine's Viagra.
Nice.
I winked.
Your little eyes.
What's the most fun? This is a horrible combo.
What's the most fun
I
drug?
think coke is the most fun hard drug to talk about. Like Tony Montana with the
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess acid maybe is like, whoa, dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
that's maybe
And
fun.
shrooms were not counting as a hard drug.
I think the U.S. government would, but I think like probably they're not.
I say now that is maybe
psychedelics
like
are kind of
30
their own
years
thing,
ago,
right?
psychedelics were hard drugs.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would say, and now
Yeah.
I would say not.
So you've
like
never
that.
done shrooms?
No, I've never done any of them.
Okay.
No.
No.
I smoked a little weed. It makes me anxious. I've tried to get into it a number of times, and then I just find it exacerbates my anxiety. So
What a false advertisement.
You think this is too? You think my hoodie?
I feel like
my
top
hoodie's
to
too
bottom,
wavy?
my friend.
Too wavy gravy?
Nails.
Is shocking.
Is this a weed sort of vibe?
I don't think you should. No, she was saying mushrooms, but I also.
Oh, this is mushroomy?
If you were on hallucinogens,
Are
you could
you
stare at that
kidding
sweatshirt for like
me?
4 hours.
Wow.
Blast.
You shouldn't do.
Has everyone else in this room done mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think you should do them.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't think I should do them.
I don't
You
think
might
should.
like microdosing
Yeah,
where you don't
just
have
a
like
little bit.
you don't have like the mental effects. It's just like a mood boost kind of.
You
I
know,
think I'd have a
we,
panic
we
attack.
sold some mushroom microdosing
That's
things.
what I
Right.
say.
It's so funny. Yeah, you talked about how much you loved them. It's especially I would say even here, but especially in Amsterdam, you can pick what you want. It's not of the days where it's like, all right, my friend got some caps and who knows what's going to happen. You could be like, I don't want to see stuff. I want like more of a body high, or it's not as like.
That makes me sick about Amsterdam. I like when people were like, when you came to Boom Chicago, you'd take like ecstasy. I was like, ugh, I like it. I don't like any drugs anymore.
Yeah.
But like hallucinogens and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I've gone so far away from. I never want to do them again. And I think if you took them, there's a chance that you would come in with a tiger tattoo on your face or something. I killed someone, buddy. I don't think you should take them ever.
Yeah, I won't take them.
I like you just the way you are, Wags.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm not
What a thing to say. I only like booze. That's the only drug I enjoy. I used to like cigarettes. I only like booze, but I don't.
Really?
Yeah. Mitch and I both used to smoke.
We're booze. I like that line in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Is like, my booze don't need no buddy when he's talking about it. And that's good. That's Leo's character there. Yeah, that's great.
I got to rewatch that movie.
It's my favorite Tarantino. I know that's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't think
Mitch,
that's crazy.
rank them how you got them.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
they're all
it.
fun.
I love it.
I don't want to promote smoking, but what was your brand?
Well, I was doing Parliaments.
Wow, I was a
mostly.
Parliament Life guy for a while.
Yeah. My mom smoked Virginia Slims, so...
You got into those.
Well, I was like a Virginia
Okay,
Slim, sure. Kind of a mom
nice.
cigarette, but
Yeah.
sure.
Mummy cigarette.
Yeah.
I smoked Winston's for Marlboro Lights, Winston's Marlboro Ultra Lights, Parliament Lights, and then the Parliament Ultra Lights, and then I stopped.
Yeah.
I quit. I told this. I quit smoking when the Red Sox were down 3-0 to the Yankees in the ALCS. I was driving back to Ithaca, and I crunched up my cigarettes and threw them out the window. I said, I won't smoke if they don't lose. And I was like, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they never lost again. And then my dad had like heart surgery, and I was like, I won't smoke or do drugs while my dad is alive. He'd be happy with that. So I didn't do it. And then when he died,
You snorted a bunch of cigarettes.
he died about 7 years after that. So I didn't do any of that. And then I was too old at that point. I feel like when I got back to it that I was 30 almost. So I didn't smoke from 22 to 30. And then I kind of tried again, but it didn't stick, which is good.
Yeah, my mom smoked cigarettes. She started smoking as a teenager. She smoked cigarettes for many, many years and finally quit. And it was like the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very good for her. And then my older brother Nate was, I think, a pack or 2-pack a day smoker to certain points. Like an insane smoker.
He's an alpha.
I think he was a pack a day smoker, and then one day he's just like, I'm not doing this anymore, and just quit cold turkey.
Wow.
Like a pack a day. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I
That's
briefly smoked.
I've now used this joke multiple times. That I quit cold turkey, and I every time I want a cigarette, I would eat a slice of turkey. Sucks. It
I
sucks
liked it.
every time
It's
I've told
cute.
it.
That's
Every time I've
cute.
told it, it's been bad.
No, that's like a Rodney Dangerfield joke.
Oh, cool.
It is. That's a great joke, right?
I mean, I love Rodney
You can
Dangerfield.
hear Rodney selling that.
And I shouldn't be compared to him. He's
Yeah.
one of the greatest.
Incredible joke writer.
I cut you off. Also, I just want to reiterate, with the shot, my bathroom stuff can be tricky sometimes for me.
Right. That's what you're referencing.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So that's what's happening. But when I was in the bathroom, I always play a song on there because it's an echo chamber, as we all know.
Yeah.
But even though you just recently said, can I quote you?
Of course.
The Headgum bathroom is one of the best places in the world to have diarrhea, I believe you said.
That's because it was midnight and she left the bar to have diarrhea.
When no one is around.
Yeah, when no one is around. That's an important
When
conditional.
no one is around.
Yeah.
I was at the bar down the street, and instead of waiting online, I just walked here, had diarrhea, and went back.
She texted me and said, I went to Headgum to have diarrhea. I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
Like
There's no
Great.
alarm. There is an alarm, right?
What?
Well, we have key cards.
Yeah,
we don't have to get into yeah.
We know how to get past the alarm.
Yeah, we know how to deactivate it.
I felt like the Mission Impossible. Speaking of alarms, I in the Mission Impossible 1, where the guy gets up and then he runs back out. That's how I was feeling in the studio.
Oh yeah, they drug him and he's got to puke and shit.
He's got to puke and shit. Yeah. He's got to puke and shit.
Classic Ethan Hunt caper.
Does he should come back? That guy, has he come back ever? The puke and shit guy?
Isn't he back, or is that a different guy?
No, isn't it a different guy?
I think this is a different guy.
It's a different guy. It's the guy he has he meets in the restaurant and throws the gum on the aquarium.
No, but I can't pull his name right now. I know that's just old brain.
The guy with the glasses, the nerdy guy with the glasses, he
is back in Final Reckoning, and he was back in
he's
Dead Reckoning.
back in the newest one.
He was back in Dead Reckoning.
He was?
Yeah, I just can't pull his name right now. It's not Krychek. That's from the X-Files.
I don't know if you're right on this, but maybe
are we thinking of a different guy?
We might be thinking of a different guy.
Hold on, let me look at the guy.
The guy who barfs and shits.
That's a different guy.
I can't stress this enough. It's the guy who barfs and shit.
That's a different guy.
I'm trying to Google Mission Impossible guy who barfs and shit.
That's not the.
Yeah.
That's,
No, hold on. Hold on. One of the guys. There's a guy you're referencing that's in it, that is in Dead Reckoning, but I don't know if the Kittredge. Kittredge is the guy.
It's not a Kittredge.
It's not Kittredge.
Fool.
It's a different guy.
I
thought you were referencing Kittredge.
I'll show you. No, the Kittredge doesn't shit and barf.
Are you talking from the first one?
From the first one.
From the first one, yeah. Yeah, it's a different guy.
Unless there's a hidden scene with Kittredge where
No, it's a different guy. That's a different guy. Because he's the guy who works the terminal.
Don Lowe?
It might be Don Lowe. Down Low. What is his name? Down Low?
Down Low?
It might be Down Low.
That's fun. Don Lowe.
I mean, look, we are wasting so much
person.
time, but we are now both need to know the answer to this.
There's somebody in their car right now screaming.
I got to
us the
rewatch.
answer.
I'm excited to rewatch all the MIs, which I'm about to do. Which I can say
To get him prepared.
like to get prepared for Final Reckoning. But I was going to tease this later. Coming next month to the Doughboys Double. Sam, you'll be excited about this. Mank returns with Mank 3 Mission Impossible. A month of Mission Impossible.
You fucked it up. Mation.
Mank 3 Mission Impossible, a month of Mission Impossible episodes leading up to our Junk review of the Final Reckoning. So we're going through all of the Mission Impossible movies over on our Patreon. That'll be a lot of fun.
That's right, Wags.
What the fuck is that guy's name?
I don't know. I can't find the fucking guy. I'm so pissed off.
It's the guy
Find out
where
on the
they
double.
It's the guy
squirt from the
in his
pen.
coffee.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
We
His
don't
coffee,
know who he
fucking-
is. You didn't know who he was.
No, I know what you're talking about.
No.
Oh my God.
Tony, I want to wait.
Yes. Look, we have to get back to the show here.
I
We
wanna
can cut
ask
out
more-
everything we've just done.
I want to ask more about Mexico because it's
Please.
like it's obviously like I love Mexican food. It's my favorite like
Oh,
food.
Yes.
And
Have you ever been to Mexico?
I've been to Mexico twice. Once on a family
Okay.
vacation, I can't remember where, and then the other time I went
Wow.
to Tijuana for the Boy Scout International Camporee.
I thought you were
Okay.
gonna say something way different.
Well, cool. The scout leaders brought all the Boy Scouts south of the border.
Yeah,
It's a Boy Scout jamboree.
it was Camporee, Mitch.
Camporee.
Yeah, Jamboree is something different.
Yeah, I figure.
They can do the jamborees in the States.
Great food. I love the food. How is the food? How's the Mexican food in Mexico, or how is just like the food scene in general in Puerto Vallarta?
Get ready. It's great.
Wow.
It's so good. I too, Mexican food is my favorite food,
Hell yeah.
type of food. It's so good, so affordable, absolutely delicious. Like I said, I'm in Puerto Vallarta. I've been flirting with eating shrimp.
Okay, 'cause, yeah,
fish.
Okay.
Yikes!
This
I
is
don't
gonna be
like
a
to
follow-up
say it, but
question.
here we are. Yes.
Sorry for getting up, but this is
No.
going to be a follow-up question because you're a longtime vegetarian, so you
Yes.
have been dallying with because they have great seafood.
I
Obviously, down
have
there.
yes. I have yeah, it's great. It's so good. A lot of course, your classics, tacos, not as many burritos as one might think.
Sure.
And different places in Mexico
That pisses
obviously
me
have
off.
very That pisses me right the hell off.
Have you seen any whales?
I have.
Have you seen the whale?
No.
I'm not the whale. Did you think I was in the movie? Did you confuse me and Brendan Fraser?
I love the character who came to life. I have not seen that movie either.
My Coke
Mitchie,
says
I love you,
sis
babe.
on it.
Oh boy, don't care for that.
I don't. Yeah. I don't, why does it say sis on it?
SIS sis.
Yes,
I see that
SIS sis.
Yeah.
This
You
round
think
of Coke
listeners thought it
is
said
bad.
CIS sis? Why did
Well,
you
I
correct-
think that's the kind of thing that Coke might pander
that would
to
be
that degree.
insane if
That
they
would be
put CIS on.
That would be insane, but that's the kind of
Yes.
corporate pandering we see.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It says
But no, it's
SIS,
SIS, a different kind of
Would you
pandering.
rather a can that says bro or dude on it? Because those are the
They have those too.
I mean,
the
yeah,
fuck
I
are they
think
doing?
to be clear, I think all of that is all
They're
the
all
options
fucking
are
horrible.
stupid. But I just realized it said sis on it.
So choose what you would want your Coke to say to you. What's the word?
The whale.
Okay, yeah.
I want to say this while I was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I just
Say it.
I play music in there because it is
Echoey, we
it's
got
echoey.
it. Uh-huh.
and so I played Mexico because I tried to look up the lyrics, and it started right on a lyric here that was weird. Lose your load, leave your mind behind, baby James. He's talking about himself. Oh, Mexico. That's that.
Wow.
Lose your load, leave your mind behind, baby James.
He's talking about shitting his own brains out?
Maybe.
Wow.
or nutting. I mean, I thought it was nutting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he referred to himself as baby James.
But I feel like
Fine.
load had a different meaning back then, because like there's that
Take
whole
the load
take a load
off
off fanny.
It
Like
didn't
that's
mean,
just like,
it didn't mean jack
that's
off.
not about cum or shit.
Yeah.
Something else is going on.
He was they weren't telling Fanny they weren't telling Fanny to jack off.
Yeah.
What a missed
Take a big
opportunity. Take a load off Fanny is not about a big dump,
Yeah.
right?
You're right. Fanny
Doesn't that
also
feel
worked for a butt,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Maybe that is what it's about.
Take a load off Fanny.
Butt or a giny, yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus
pussy area.
Christ.
So also
Pussy
the lyrics
area.
are take a load off Annie.
It's Annie? I thought it was Fanny.
Annie.
Wait.
It's Annie?
It's
Wait,
been
is
Annie
anywhere
this
in the
whole
song-
That
time.
was
Is
Fanny my
it-
whole life.
I'm okay. Hold on, I'm gonna confirm this because I just my quick Google was like, no, it's
The load.
Annie.
I'm looking at the load.
Take a load off.
It's called the weight.
Oh, it is the load.
It's
It's
funny that it's called being. It was called
Oh
the load.
shit! I'm
funny.
gonna get DCMA. All right, stop it quick enough. All right, here we go. Take a load off Fanny.
it is Fanny.
Fanny.
Yeah.
What's your source on that?
Google AI is
Apple
fucking
Music.
Apple Music. Okay.
Take a load. It isn't take. I thought it was take the load off. Take a load off.
Take a
Fanny.
load off.
Yeah,
Fanny.
take a load
Take
off
a load
Fanny.
for free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me, which is also
Yeah,
funny.
that's crazy. That's not about what it all feels
Taking
like
a
it
dump on
is.
someone or
jacking
off
off,
onto
yeah.
someone. It could be one of the two.
Could be one of the two.
Whatever
Yeah.
gets you off.
You know what I like about that song,
Uh-huh.
the band song, is you watch a video of that, it's the fucking drummer doing that. He's like, he's playing the fucking drums, he's singing it. It's crazy.
Oh, it's the drummer.
It's the drummer,
Right.
it's the fucking
yeah,
drummer.
Yeah.
It's the fucking drummer the whole time.
I like
I love a drummer and singer.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
It's so hot.
You know what I like about that song?
What?
Now wait a minute, Chester. I like that part. I think he tries to tell him to kill a dog or
Yeah.
something, or like a. Now, no, he's like, take the dog, and he's like, now wait a minute, Chester, and his voice kind of sounds funny, but he's saying to take the dog and not kill it.
Right.
Anyways, what a time that was in American culture.
All right, back to Mexico.
Back to Mexico.
Yeah.
So you say that there's, but I imagine the tacos are fucking out of this world.
Out of this world.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have talked about it a million times, but are you a corn or
Corn.
a flour?
Corn 100%.
Flour.
Flour. Yeah. I prefer
best-
a flour, but love a corn.
Right.
So
The best
good.
corn tortilla I've had was in Mexico.
Yeah.
I went to a place called Pujol in
Ooh.
Mexico City, one of the best restaurants
Yeah.
in the world.
I know the reputation.
And there's like they had like ant larva in one of the things, and like
Whoa.
and I like wouldn't
Interesting.
bugs are like the line for me. I don't like bugs.
Mhm.
I don't like chapalinas and stuff like that. I don't want to eat
Yeah.
stuff like that too much.
I'll eat a bug.
Yeah, we know.
Nice.
That I'm not surprised by that if you just brought that up out of nowhere. If you said I eat a bug, I believe you. I'm not a bug guy. I don't
Yeah.
like
Deus, where are we at in bugs? Amelia, I feel like you eat bugs.
Yes to bugs.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it kind of depends on the context.
yes to bugs.
Like if it looks like a bug, I probably will have a hard time eating.
Right,
it.
right.
Okay.
But if it's like mixed in texturally, probably
Yeah.
okay.
I just need to take a time out here. Amelia went yes to bugs and then put her mic down like she was. You dropped the
Honestly,
mic.
that felt very right.
Felt very good.
So like if like I've had like a mealworm snack
Yeah.
before. I don't like if it's like a critter that's moving. I don't want anything moving in my mouth.
I think I don't want anything moving in my mouth, but that's a different conversation. But I think they're so like Amelia's fine, just like any sort of bug. Emma sounds like you're more into kind of like a Snowpiercer sort of situation. Like maybe you don't know it's there. Casey, where are you at with bugs?
I have no interest in eating bugs until like society deems it's the only protein like
we must eat bugs.
Yeah, we must eat bugs.
All right, well, get ready, my boy.
So that's full on Snowpiercer. I am this is the thing. My big thing is, and I've read this before, that there's speculation that the reason that people like, like crispy snacks like crackers and chips is because bugs are bugs are crunchy and they're so nutritious. And so we eat a lot of bugs in the wild, so we've been conditioned to like them. But anytime I've had like a bug with a little bit of texture, like chapulines or something like that, I'm like, okay, I like this. I like the crunchiness to it. I don't mind that there's maybe some legs or something. Like that's fine. But once we start dealing with bugs are like mushy and worms. Worms are like mushy, and that to me is gross. That's the line. Crunchy I'm fine with. Mush, I'm not.
Well, the worm I had, that little earthworm, was like it was crunchy. Just to be clear, it was like these little.
I'd probably be fine with that.
No bugs. No, I don't need to eat a bug. When I was a young boy, I remember I was at my grandma's house and I had a Coca-Cola, Coke Heavy.
Yeah.
And I took a sip of it and there was a carpenter ant and it was squirming around in my mouth.
Well, yeah, you don't want that.
And then also the same thing kind of happened with a fly at one point. So
Well, hard swallow or no?
No, I spit it out. But like just the fact that it was in my mouth moving around.
That's crazy.
That did it. Yeah.
You don't want a surprise bug.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to know I'm eating bug.
Right. I want the choice.
I want the choice to eat a bug.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want.
Do you know what the issue was? I looked and I was sitting next to Michigan J. Frog, and so when the fly,
Oh right, yeah.
Forget it.
Forgotten. Easy.
Forget. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our Cokes got swapped. You got it.
Right. Yeah. Also, kind of we were talking about him earlier, so a little bit of a callback.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a callback. He got it. Yeah. He got handsy with the fly.
So it's not easy to get weed in Mexico, though, or it is?
Whoa!
'Cause it's not legal there. Come on.
All right, Gravy.
Sweet.
I think it's not legal there.
Yeah.
Really?
But if you want it, you can get it.
Right.
And do you want it?
I haven't gotten it.
But you like to you like to smoke some weed.
I'm groovy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm not like, it's not a part of it. Although it's by the beach, it feels like, but I don't want to risk getting in trouble.
Right.
There.
Yes.
You
yeah.
know
You don't
what
want to
I mean?
get arrested in a foreign country.
Sort of
That's
thing,
a whole thing.
But
right?
yeah, I don't want to. And it's a lot on the streets of like, hey, do you want like, do you want weed? Do you want blow? Like it'll slowly, like as you walk away,
Right.
people will get more intense about, or maybe more specific about all the drugs that they have.
Oh man.
And are selling. So I haven't. I think you can get it, but it's not legal.
And it's not a thing
That's
like
what I say.
you don't like need it. You're not like someone who's like, I gotta get fucking high all the time.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh my gosh, this sucks. It's like, oh, okay, great,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah,
Sip a marg.
yeah,
Good time.
Sip a marg.
Where are you on so American fast food obviously is going to have a presence in every country on earth. Do you see American chains in Puerto Vallarta?
You better believe it,
Wow,
boys.
wow.
You better believe it.
I
We
love it.
have Domino's. We have
Wow.
Burger King. We have
Wow.
McDonald's.
Wow.
Okay.
We have Subway.
Wow.
Which might lead us to some things. But yes,
It does suck that you came back here to do Subway.
No, this is what it's about. I went to their Subway. They have, I found this very impressive. They have a 2-bagger, meaning their paper bags, you can fit 2 footlongs in.
Wow.
And they're not footlongs. I forget what they are.
6 inches?
No, I forget what their measurement is.
Oh, because they get the metric system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's very dumb of me. I should know what it is.
18 centimeters? What's the math? Something like that?
Yeah, I
gonna
think
look it up.
something like that. But they have, you can fit 2 subs in a bag. It's pretty cool.
30 centimeters.
That's
30 centimeters. I was
Yeah.
way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice try, Wags.
Nice try, idiot.
30
Real
centimeters.
fucking dumb.
Yeah.
That's 30 centimeters is a foot long?
It says 12 inches is 30.48 centimeters.
Okay, so roughly 2.5, slightly over 2.54 centimeters in an inch. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll be your international correspondent. Let me bring up some things. They also have waffle cut fries there.
Okay.
They have
wait, at Subway?
At Subway.
So you get a 30 centimeter sub and a waffle cut fries.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you can also get chicken
fries.
nuggets.
They got nugs at
They got
Subway?
nugs. They got nugs.
Wow.
What other? They have like fun. I forget what other. I only get the veggie there
Yeah, sure.
because basically that's what you can get.
Do they still get the fucking veggie patty? That's what they used to have.
I don't
in the
know.
Veggie
I was
Delight?
never a veggie patty.
Me neither. I think those are gross.
Their bread is so good. It is so good.
We're talking Mexican Subway.
We're talking Mexican Subway.
Wow.
It felt so fresh and so
Wow.
delicious and so I could for days I would be talking about this bread.
Wow.
It was so
It must be
good.
different from our
It's gotta
Subway
It
bread.
100% is.
Do they have Jared's 140 centimeter sized pants on the wall?
Gary? They do not. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Isn't that weird they don't have them?
I guess he's still canceled down in Mexico.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
still
things
not
haven't
okay.
changed. Yeah, I guess you can't go to another country and Jared is enjoyed anywhere else.
Or
Yeah.
maybe they just have a different Jared.
They might have a different Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No.
That's cool to think about. If
They
they,
got
have
like-
a different
they got
Jared.
like
Oh, I
Pablo
mean, a
down
good
there.
Jared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pablo never got canceled.
Pablo
Yeah.
never
lost
got
all the weight.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
great.
And yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring him up here.
We need bring us Pablo. Stop hogging Pablo south of the border.
They should just get a new Jared.
They
Someone
should
else
just get a
can
new Jared.
Someone else
Yeah.
can lose weight from Subway.
Right?
Just get a new Jared.
Get a new
You'd be
Jared.
looking at him.
Me?
Yeah. You'd be
Yeah.
a great Jared.
I don't want to be Jared.
You'd be a great Jared.
Why
not-
are we gonna
I'm not-
find?
I'm
Are we
not the
gonna
new
find
Jared.
some things? Why?
I don't want to be the new
Mitchie?
Jared.
Okay.
It's
Sometimes
way too
it's
big of
just
shoes
a calling.
Well, it's not going to be me.
to fill. Why
Do
not? You're fat. You could be the new Jared.
I know I'm fat, but come on.
You
Oh my
you-
gosh, you guys!
All right, fine. No one is the new Jared.
Yeah.
No one's the new Jared.
They should. Oh God.
This is how we do.
They'd probably do Lady Jared these days.
Yeah.
Oh, sucks.
Scream
Fucking
ass lady.
lady Jared. What'd you say?
The scream ass lady.
She was being set up to be the new Jared, and then that scandal broke. Like, whew, dodged a bullet.
We dodged that. I went to where did I go to? Burger King before I came up. Doing a little research for you boys.
I
Don't
love
worry. They have Gouda rings there.
Gouda rings.
Yes.
Like onion rings of cheese.
Wow.
Yes, my friend.
Whoa.
Yes. And what? They also
What the
have
hell?
Sounds
although
good.
Betsy, I was staying with Betsy while I'm here. They also have breakfast, but they have breakfast up here too. In
They
the
do,
States?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Never mind then.
God, what a party
Uh,
house you must have right now. You and Betsy and Gilly living it up.
Absolutely.
Have you guys ordered Taco Bell at all yet?
Sadly, no. And I do miss Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
even being because it's different.
Right.
The should be so offended.
Ta-
Can you believe it?
Taco Bell is different, and it is there.
No, well, I'm saying their idea of Mexican food. No, I looked up at Taco Bell and it's like 2 hours away from.
man,
no,
that's a
of course
bummer.
there's not. But I'm saying coming back here, I miss Taco Bell.
It's not Mexican food.
excited
It's
to
Taco
get
Bell.
it.
It's a
It's
sure
Taco
thing.
Bell. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they also have a party bucket. That has what does it have? Fries, cheese bites.
Fun.
There's a lot of things. Let's see. They have the long rodeo. I don't know what's in that.
Is that that's like the rodeo burger, but it's a long boy? It's a long corn
Oh
cracker?
yeah,
that's
is that what
fun.
it
That
is?
does sound fun.
They did something like that at one point.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh,
promotion
did they?
was
The
going.
long chicken sandwich.
That's what I wonder. Is it a long patty like the long
Oh.
chicken sandwich,
Yeah.
or is it two like burger patties kind of overlapping on a sub roll?
I have a picture of it. I don't know. A cheesy hash brown sticks. Is that here?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, churros. They have
Wow.
not too bad.
They do have churros here now, and they are actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
They
oh,
brought them in for the
shit.
Adams family, and then they kept them around.
For the Addams Family?
Yeah, there's like an Addams Family tie-in. I think what it was is that they wanted to get the Wednesday license and then they couldn't. So they were like, let's get the Addams Family license.
Oh.
And so they released the Addams Family, but they had like a Wednesday Purple Whopper that was a tie-in with the Addams Family.
And churros.
And churros, yeah. I think they were Gomez's churros. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Were they Gomez?
I think so.
Thing had something, right?
They had Thing fries.
Thing fries.
Yeah.
Or was it Thing onion rings?
Maybe they were Thing onion. You know what I think they were? I think
Thing rings.
I think they were Thing frings.
Thing frings.
I think they were fries and onion rings together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thing fries
maybe
makes
this
more
is
sense.
like part of okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. The churros, I imagine at the Mexican Burger King is, of course, going to be a little bit better. I want to ask you something about, I could talk about Mexico all day.
Okay.
But I do want to ask you about something else before we get into Subway.
Okay.
I have just rewatched the 4 Picard Star Trek movies.
Okay.
Now, I know you're a Trekkie. Do you have any thoughts on, because I was rewatching them. Generations.
Is Drew more of a Trekkie? Drew is,
yes.
Yeah.
Generations, better than I remembered. First Contact, a fucking banger. Just like maybe my favorite overall Trek movie.
Okay.
Insurrection, about the same as I remembered. I was hoping to be better, but it is a little bit boring. And then Nemesis, worse than I remembered. Nemesis is just fucking awful.
Okay.
Like, I cannot believe how fucking boring that movie is.
Okay.
They're all kind of boring except for First Contact, which is just a triumph. It's so good.
Yeah.
But do you like any of the Picard Treks?
I have a confession.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Star Trek movie except for the JJ reboots of them.
You should.
I saw the 3 new ones. Then when they came out, and I was like, whatever.
I would say watch just First Contact among the Picard movies because I think that stands on its own. I don't think you have to watch any of the Next Generation to understand it. It's just like a good science fiction story.
What about Wrath of Khan?
Wrath of Khan is awesome.
Yeah.
Those are all. I mean, I would say watch all of the original movies. That's 6 movies though. That's a big commitment. Of the Picard movies, I think you only have to really watch First Contact. But First Contact is awesome. It's all so right. Good. Yeah, and the JJs are whatever. Yeah, but do you have any of the Picard, any favorites among the Picard?
Seems like you're fine with JJ taking over Star Wars.
I said whatever.
Okay.
The JJ Star Wars are also whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you want from me?
No, you're good.
Rise of Skywalker is bad.
Yeah, it was
terrible.
Yeah. So is Force Awakens.
Well, we differ there, but that's okay.
Oh my God, you're out of your mind.
That's also not a JJ movie.
It's Force Awakens. Oh right, I'm sorry. I was wait, what? No,
Last Jedi.
No, Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
I said Force Awakens.
Force Awakens is whatever. Okay. Force Awakens is whatever. Rise of Skywalker is bad. Last Jedi I like.
Okay.
The JJ
both of them rock hard. It's amazing. Nick, I wish I could hold court with you, but I can't.
Yeah.
I
also, in fairness, I just watched these. I watched all 4 of these in the past week, so they're pretty fresh in my brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am more a dating such a person who loves Die Hard,
sure.
and this is it's so sad that he's not here. You'd be so disappointed. Also, the amount of information that's in my head about this. But I can't pull them up.
Right. Well, First Contact is the Borg one with Zefram Cochrane, where they're doing they're going back in time, and it's like the moment they had first contact with the Vulcans. It's really good.
I'm praying that I get diarrhea again. Jamie and I are over here. We don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You've absorbed though a lot of Star Trek. Do you have a favorite Star Trek character? I know you met some of the cast.
I did on famously on the cruise.
Yeah.
Jamie and I
would you ever
at the
do
same
a cruise?
time.
No, I would never do a cruise.
Okay.
We just were talking about this today.
Yeah, that is wild timing.
We just were talking about the Doughboys cruise. If we would do a Doughboys cruise, and I said, Wagg's locked on a ship for 5 days with our listeners. He would love to do that. He's never going to do that in a million years. Jack Allison said the boat would sink.
Yeah.
We have our natural 8 jokes that will probably
yeah. They would run out of food, and cannibalism was another one. There was a lot of stuff already.
People were having fun.
I think that would be so fun because the thing about a cruise is you have to it's about the clientele that goes. So if there's a common good, such as the Star Trek cruise was, of people who are I'm friendly and it's all about love and one common good. So I think the Doughboys fans would be a fun cruise to go on.
I'm sure that
Would we have to do the podcast? Like,
you would have to, of course. Yeah, that's
we'd have to do like 5 of them.
Would
We'd
you
have to do a
have to
bunch of
do
them?
your job?
Yeah, we'd have to. We'd have to do the
Yeah,
podcast. We'd
man.
probably also have to do
What
like
are
an
you
improv show or
talking about?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be a
It
bunch
just
of
You
stuff
would
this whole
be
time.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It just seems so depressing that they would be in like whatever Bahamas and we'd be like in a little thing in the ship doing our show. It just sounds
Well, you
bad.
don't
Yeah, I
pour
agree.
and then do it. It's like in the when you're like just traveling from one to another.
So we only have to do like 2 or 3 shows.
A few shows, yeah. And then it also depends on who you're with. You would have to like get like some fun. What would be a fun like partnership?
Yeah, you get
Oh,
other
okay.
people to do. You get
Sloppy
other
boys.
podcasters to
Got
do it. You'd get like other comedians to
Now
maybe
we're
do a
edging in.
stand-up stage. Then you do like a fucking. I was on Jordan Jesse Go. Our buddy Jesse Thorne was talking about going on the Joko cruise and was saying like they had like a like a live band karaoke or something. There's just activities.
Yeah,
that
you
exist
just make up
you figure
stuff.
out shit to keep people occupied. But we're never doing it. I will never in a million years go on.
I
a
know
fucking
you
cruise
won't.
ship.
I know you won't.
This, I mean, like we can blue sky this all we want. It's never going to happen. I will never ever do it.
You will never do it because it's scary or the all the details of it are just a nightmare.
The details I'd love. I would never
Yeah.
get on one of them boats.
Oh,
I'm not getting on one of
okay.
those fucking boats. I want to go on a boat, go out to sea, and come back. What are we talking about?
I will say
How would I do that?
I was right
Yeah.
there with you. I'm claustrophobic,
Yeah.
not interested. But I did enjoy myself.
Yeah.
But it was more of
once
like
we hit international waters, it's fucking on. I would fucking throw you overboard so fucking fast. You'd be fucking gonzo.
Good luck. I'm fucking heavy. Throw your back out.
Fucking, so I don't care. My back hurting for the rest of my life would be nice to know that you fucking sunk like a stone to the bottom of the
Jesus
fucking Mariana Trench or wherever the fuck we were.
I wonder if you could lift me up. Do you think you could lift me up?
100% I
You
could
think
lift
you could
you
lift
up.
me up?
really.
You don't think I'm strong?
You have to prove it. You have to
I'm
prove
a
it.
thick boy. If I'm trying not to be lifted, do you think you could lift me up?
If you're trying not to be lifted, I mean, it would be harder, but we should test if I can
You
lift
don't
you
have
up.
to say, but
Yeah.
how much do you weigh? Again, you do not have to say.
I will say I weigh myself every day. This morning I weighed in at 205.4.
Okay.
So I'm
And with a little Subway mixed
just
in.
I'm just over
Okay.
a cruiserweight.
A cruiser?
I'm like a cruiserweight. The threshold is like 205, so I'd be in the. I'm just barely in the heavyweight division.
What does that mean? Oh.
Yeah.
What is
You
it?
sure your belly wasn't on the towel rack like Homer?
Can you lift that? You have to prove it.
100% I could lift you up.
You
It's just funny for you to
can't-
sink to the bottom and then there's like an angler fish. And you're like, hi, buddy. Like, like the AI boy
Anglerfish
just
sends it
surviving.
to the surface, like, I'm out.
Bunch of anglerfish just come up, they surface. That was good.
It's either now or later, but you have to prove it.
Are you gonna try to lift me? Where do we go to get on camera?
Yes.
Now or later, now we're talking. Oh, here we go.
All right, wait. Let's. Emma's got to adjust the camera real quick.
Casey's got it.
Okay.
Casey's got it.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to stretch or anything or warm up?
Is that table in the way?
Oh my God. Yeah. What can I do to?
Ready?
If we're doing like a power ball, I could like.
It's of course, a power if I'm
assisting you.
Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
1, 2.
Wow.
Wow. Did you love that? Approaching him from behind and just picking him up. It felt hot.
Look, even if I was hard right now, you'd have no idea. My man.
That was impressive.
That
Yeah.
was impressive.
You're a strong guy.
Be honest, how do you feel?
I feel like my back is gonna hurt later.
You had a tight grip on my midsection. You really went for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Didn't want you to slip through. Oh yeah.
I might not be the only one who's. We'll notice it with you. I think that being like a big boy,
Yeah.
carrying around a lot of weight, does just naturally make you,
Strong.
It makes you. You have to be
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of strong to carry. Like if you're hitting 3 bills, you know what I mean. Like you're carrying around a lot of weight.
Yeah, you put on maybe put on body fat a little bit easier, but just put on muscle a little bit easier too. So you're just massive all over.
I'm not a strong guy. I'm very like I beat all the birthday boys in arm wrestling.
Yeah.
No way, the birthday boys.
those stallions.
I know.
Whoa!
You took down those studs one after the other.
I know that's not saying much, but I remember who was it? I think it was Clements.
Yeah.
Clem Dog, of course, was challenging us all to arm wrestling in Birds one night, and I think I beat all the birthday boys. But then Clements, it was not easy.
Yeah.
I'm not, and he's a pretty good arm wrestler.
Yeah.
If I remember.
There's
correctly.
also like a technique to arm wrestling that I don't know, but people can get good at arm wrestling and not be the strongest.
As much as people would think,
physically.
I don't have a lot of wrist strength. I know people probably think that I have very strong wrists, but I do not.
No, fingies.
If you finger wrestle me, I'll fucking destroy you.
Yeah.
Thumb wrestling.
Yeah. No, I'm bad at that too. You know when you like, there's like just we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You meet like a guy and you like shake his hand. You're like, that's just like a man.
Yeah.
And I'm just like a little boy compared to this guy who like will just like
Give me a shake.
like they'll do like.
Whoa,
they'll
that's
do-
a nice shake.
No, Mitch has
like, that's
big
what I'm saying. But I'm
baseball
saying
mitt
like,
hands.
but like.
Wow, that was nice.
I shake Samoa Joe's hand, and you're like, I am.
Yeah,
yet...
fucking Samoa Joe.
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
But there's a lot of guys like that who you're like, oh, that's like a man hand.
Yeah.
And this isn't as much as of a man hand. There's guys who have like man hands, and I don't have that. I feel like a little. And I said this before. Like when Samoa Joe was like lifting me around, I liked it because I felt, and I'm sure you maybe felt that way too. You don't get tossed around too often.
Lifting you around?
Well, like in the show, he like tosses me around quite a bit.
Fun.
And
yeah,
so,
when you're like a larger person, you're not as used to that. Natalie used to pick me up when we first started dating. She'd be like, just like, whoop, just like as a feat of strength.
Like as
fucking tossing you in the fucking trash.
You stay here. Yeah, what would be the context?
Just to like show that she could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rule.
Yeah.
And you liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
I
also
love
did. He also should have said that he was wearing a diaper and a bonnet at this.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how she asserts her dominance.
A baby want up. That's fun.
But you know that thing of like a person who has you know the like a there's like
they got the big grip.
They got the grip.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy.
I boxed my dad even when my dad had cancer and was like
You boxed your dad with cancer? What the fuck?
What are you talking
Jesus
about?
Christ.
My dad and I used to pretend to fight. And even when my dad was like had cancer, was like probably 3 months away from passing away. He still could whip my ass. He was
Well,
strong.
I mean, he feels like a
he was strong. He was a man.
But there's also a generational thing, and I think that again, boxing, I think where there's some technique to it. I
know my mom was mad at me with his like last week alive. I was like, let's go right now, dude. He's punching him in the head.
I bet he enjoyed that.
He always like sparring with me and stuff like
fun to rough out.
Yeah.
My 8th grade, the only thing I remember from my 8th grade history teacher is that he taught us all how to shake hands like a businessman, like a big, strong handshake. And I was like, this is like one of the most useful skills I learned at public schools.
See, my dad was always like, you give a firm handshake. And I always have.
Yeah.
And I always get, especially maybe for being a woman, but
right.
Everyone's always like, whoa. But it felt like there was an immediate like shift in things. Whoa, hey, buddy.
Come on up.
You all right, Jemmy?
Come
on up, Jemmy. Get on up.
Go ahead, good girl.
Come on. Because we love you.
Because you will run into men who will try to like big dick you with a big firm handshake. You just got to match.
You know what I like to do? Sometimes is I just like to do one of these. A dead fish.
Oh
yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I used to do this a lot when shaking hands. And like make people kiss my mouth or my hand.
My brother
and
does
just
that
be
when
like,
people go to shake his hand. He just gives like he goes like this, like he's like a delicate lady.
That's
like,
awesome.
Here you go.
Yeah, and it's like
it.
especially if you don't know someone, they're like, oh.
That's high society. I think that's nice. There's a lot of guys who will try to, like Wags is saying, they like try. They really, It's with a thing with just men. They just are trying.
They're trying to, So, but then there's also the other thing. The other element is like sometimes it's like, oh, we're doing like a cool guy handshake. Okay, I got to figure this out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that you never really figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. What's that?
Give me what's the cool guy?
Well, just kind of like more one of
coming in.
Yeah, one of these. Yeah, and then there's a whole thing. See, then we figure out
shit,
we're doing
dude,
this.
never mind. You're a natural. Oh, shit.
There we go.
Yeah. It depends. You just got to go with the flow. But all that stuff stresses me out. And I was hoping all of it would go away after COVID, but no, that we went back to touching each other, which is fine.
And going out when sick. You know what I mean?
Sure,
It just no one cares anymore. But look, you know what I don't need a good grip on?
What's that?
A Subway sub.
Mitch, well said. This is our fifth
Wow.
canonical
I segued
review of
for
Subway.
Yeah, we
The
saw it.
fourth largest fast food chain in the world. Number one, a chain we've never tried, a chain maybe someday we'll review, maybe someday it will be in the United States. It is a Chinese chain. Mixue Ice Cream and Tea now has more locations than McDonald's and Starbucks and Subway.
Not in the are there some in the States?
I don't think there are any in the U.S. that I could find. So the impetus for this revisit is the topical Subway Doritos Footlong Nachos. Let me read the combo here. Two legendary brands, Subway and Doritos, are coming together for the most iconic collaboration of the year, Doritos Footlong Nachos.
That's so unfair to Doritos.
Available nationwide, I agree. Available nationwide for a limited time while supplies last, this new snack brings together the classic crunch of Doritos chips and the fresh, bold flavors of Subway's beloved sandwiches for just $5. The ingredients are, it's a baseline of nacho cheese Doritos with cheddar cheese sauce, Monterey cheddar cheese shredded, and then spicy jalapeno slices, diced tomato, red onions, and then just kind of Peter North with some zesty Baja Chipotle sauce. You can also add rotisserie chicken or steak at no extra charge, and also add smashed avocado for an additional
extra charge to add them?
It comes by default with chicken or steak, and it's actually a whole to-do to get them without an animal protein.
That's what we found out.
Which you found out, Amelia.
Yes. So I had to go to the location and ask for no protein in person.
Yeah. And what did they tell you?
They said, "Are you sure you want another one? It's not worth it."
Is there a price difference if you don't get meat?
I don't think so. I don't think you get a discount.
know. The avocado is extra though.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that feels like if you're going to remove the meat and add avocado, that should zero out.
That's
Agreed.
I agree
usually
with you.
the unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
If you get something veggie, you get like avocado or extra cheese. You
Yeah.
get something that's like
I bet your
All right.
avocado sadly is more expensive than their steak or chicken.
Right, than their
probably,
horrible
yeah.
factory farmed animal protein. Last time we reviewed Subway was another footlong gimmick in February of last year, 2024, Mitch. The Cinnabon footlong churro, the Auntie Anne's footlong pretzel, and the footlong cookie, the latter of which has remained on the menu. The other two have come and gone, and I don't think we were excited about either of those. Those are both pretty bad.
You know, I actually kind of almost feel bad for Jared when there's a new Subway item.
oh my god.
He can't try it
That's true.
Because he's in
because he's in
'Cause
prison.
He's in prison, yeah.
So Mrs. Fogel has to, I don't know how she
She has to
sneaks
smuggle it in.
She's got to wear like a Marge Simpson's wig or something.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because we're talking footlong here. It's not easy to sneak in a footlong item.
Right. Like maybe
Nick would
in
know.
the sleeve of your shirt. Okay.
Okay, he's always sneaking in a footlong.
Okay. So we got the Doritos Footlong Steak Nachos, the Doritos Footlong Chicken Nachos, and the Doritos Footlong Nachos No Meat.
Him and Defoe
add
go to the
avocado.
same underwear store, if you catch my drift.
I will say this.
Uh-huh.
We love nacho cheese Doritos.
Same underwear store.
We love nacho cheese Doritos.
We love nacho cheese Doritos.
A great Dorito, one of our top Doritos flavors. Number one, maybe my number
I was
one.
just gonna ask.
I think you like Cool Ranch.
I'm a Cool Ranch
Yeah,
guy. I'm a Cool Ranch, which I don't think are like bugs. I don't think Cool Ranch Doritos are like bugs. I don't think the crunch makes me think of bugs.
right.
This makes me feel like you're lying.
They're not like bugs at all to me. I don't.
Okay,
The
all right.
great crunch of a Cool Ranch Dorito is not like a beetle to me at all.
But it's more like the Neanderthals were eating beetles, and then that got ingrained into their they got habituated to select for people who like crunchy food.
Not
because
my.
they're
I don't think my
nutritious.
family ate them.
You don't think so? You don't think the Mitchells, the
When they
Neanderthal
eat-
I don't
Mitchells,
think.
ate
I don't
bugs?
think the Neanderthal Mitchells ate the bugs.
Well, they're your grandparents, right?
Yes, my grandparents are monkey people.
You can still talk to them, right? can
I'm
ask
related to
them.
Bubbles. Send me to the monkey prison.
Monkey prison.
Well, the monkey
What did he
retreat.
do?
The monkey to retreat. Bubbles should probably be in the monkey prison, if you ask me.
Why?
Michael Jackson's accomplice?
Oh no!
You think he knew?
I mean, Bubbles was I don't know. I don't know what, but I don't know
think
what Bubbles knew.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was saying how wouldn't it be fun for the Hollywood Walk of Fame? I was saying like, oh, you walk on Michael Jackson's star, and I went hee hee.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun if you paid more and you could have like a little, you could do a little sound if someone stepped on your star?
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be fun. I think that's fun.
Absolutely.
They should do something
what
like that.
What would yours be?
Oh fuck. I mean, maybe that. Oh fuck.
Sorry.
Wags, what would yours? Hi, buddy. That would probably.
Oh
be
yeah,
it.
probably Hey Buddy would be what most fitting. Hey,
I mean,
buddy.
this is us
Wow.
getting on the Hollywood Walk
Which
of
wouldn't
Fame,
happen.
which won't happen.
Yeah,
Kevin Spacey's is Let Me Be Frank.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's good. I thought these nachos. So anyway, I like Doritos a lot. And I was eating these nachos, and my immediate thought was, and Mitch, I think you had the same thought. What were you going to say?
You step on Marilyn Monroe, it's like, Mr. President. Like, if you could do something like that, you know what I mean?
And then there's a vent underneath and blows your skirt up.
That's
Yeah.
Hollywood Boulevard should
be having fun with stuff
more
like this.
fun with it.
They gotta have more fun with stuff like this.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Would it sound like if every star played a sound, so you're just like walking down the street,
constantly.
it's like, hee hee, oh fuck.
That'd be awesome. Awesome for the
Absolutely.
residents, the
Hold on a
people who live
second.
there.
Why am I in the section of Michael Jackson and Kevin Spacey? My star is next to those guys.
I just
We
you
all
wanted to
know
be with your
why.
friends.
Farley, like, holy shnikes. Like, imagine how
Yes,
fun that
right.
would be.
Yeah.
Instead of in front of the husk of I.O. That's where the Chris Farley star is. It's so sad.
Oh.
Dustin Hoffman. I'm walking here.
That's-
and you're walking there.
And you're-
Yeah.
that's
You
so-
love that one.
well,
That would be
yeah.
attraction.
Come on.
That'd be fun. Put
Is it?
sounds in the Hollywood stars.
I think
How
you
hard is it?
should.
I was just there, but what? Because I went to the farmers market in Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
Hello, shout out, fun market. What is an IO now? Is it a nightclub?
IO Improv, what formerly called Improv Olympic. This was an improv theater that was in LA on Hollywood Boulevard for many, many years. It has shut down, 5-10 years ago at this point, permanently closed.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been closed for a long
But
time.
but the Chicago branch is where people like Chris Farley, Tina Fey, I want to say, like a number of
yeah.
a number of famous comedians started off.
My
at
team
IO.
Crud, my improv team Crud, we went on a run at the perfectly named Andy Dick Black Box
That's right.
Theater.
Andy Dick, another
the
famous
Dick
alum.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Dick Box. We were in the Dick Box run. Al Pacino, she got a great big ass or whatever he says.
That's good. Yeah, I like that from Heat.
Ooh-ah.
Oh, well, I guess it should
Ooh-ah
just
would
be
probably be
ooh-ah. I guess that you can't just say she
Yeah.
has a great big ass.
Yeah.
Right, because then
It's
a
good.
6-year-old girl is going to step on it at a certain
All
point. It's
right,
going to be a whole
okay,
thing.
all right. Hoo-ah is the better
Yeah,
choice.
who else
Let's
better?
do
A
hoo-ah.
little safer.
There's many more examples that we won't get into.
Right.
Wags, I love Doritos. I'm the Dorito kid.
You sure are.
Mm.
I never liked Subway. My intro into Subway, I've said this a billion times on the podcast. Sorry, it's boring. I'll go over it again. There was a Subway ripoff at Ithaca. Do you remember the between the two towers? We have the two towers at Ithaca. Just like
Wow.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Whoa, that's wild.
hmm
I forget the name of it.
It was like it was just a
Subconnect.
Subconnect.
That's
Yeah,
what
I think it was. Yeah, maybe it was like Subway Connection when I was there. They cooled it up after I left. But in between the two towers of Ithaca
Right.
and the little breezeway there.
So Saruman's at the top of one of them and
Yeah.
Subconnect in the middle.
And I'm the little golem that goes down and grabs his sub from the. And it was like that was my first I'm having like a Subway shitty sub with IC points or whatever the fuck it was.
But it was Subway branded.
I think it was. I'm not sure if it was. I think it was. I think Subway supplied them. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it was that situation, but it wasn't an official Subway. But it tasted just like Subway.
Yeah, and you're using the you're saying IC, but that's like your I think a college currency.
Yes, they were called
Got it.
bonus bucks.
Bonus bucks.
Bonus bucks is what they were
okay.
called. So I'd use bonus bucks, and you get however many bonus bucks with you'd have however many meals or whatever. I maxed mine out. I got as many meals as I could.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why not?
And so with bonus bucks, you would get the Subway. And I was like, okay, Subway, I've never liked it, but this is like what it tastes like. And then when I got here, two different places. When I lived down on Citrus Avenue,
Yes.
near Wilshire, I used to go to Wilshire and Citrus. You can go and look at my old place I rented at one point. 645 South Citrus. And so I would go to Subway, and that's like when I started eating Subway.
Yeah.
And it would be the sad thing of like, I left the house today and I walked around the block and I went to Subway when I didn't know anyone here at all. This is even before I went to UCB.
This is the Jared origin story.
This is like a Jared. It is a Jared origin story. I didn't know anyone in LA. Like, there would be like, I knew no one. And then Hanford, like my old roommate Matt Grant was like, Mike Hanford's like gonna be there, and then that's when I hooked up with Hanford and we went to UCB and stuff like that. But I like sometimes like going outside of my house would be a win, which still someday as an adult now still the same thing.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
But I would like walk to Subway and get Subway and walk back, and that's where I started to get a turkey. Are you gonna sneeze?
No.
Tuna fish sandwich. That's actually
you just kept talking.
Tuna, like a tuna fish sandwich, because my Mamie, my grandma's sister, she would made a tuna sandwich for me when I was younger, and then she got ash in it from a cigarette, and I threw up, and I didn't eat it for a long time, and and my mom makes a great tuna fish sandwich, but I like didn't eat tuna fish for so long, and so at Subway, I was eating tuna fish sandwiches again, and I get the Italian BMT. There was another word there was a different Italian sandwich at Subway for
the spicy Italian.
Maybe it was the spicy Italian. There's Italian BMT, a spicy Italian. I got one of those, and then a turkey sandwich was like the big one. They started to toast the sandwiches right around this time too, which was big. Do you remember the toast when?
Yes, it was in response to Quiznos.
Yes,
and obviously,
and it destroyed Quiznos.
And they wiped Quiznos off the face of the fucking planet.
Which I do think Quiznos is better, right?
Quiznos was better, and then their quality declined as they tried to overexpand, as there's always tends to be the pattern with these chains. And their secret weapon was something that was not unique to them. Like it's like anyone could just imitate that. So it was not as much of an advantage as they thought it was.
Well, right down. So there was one right by oven. There was one right by me, but then also there was one right by the birthday boy's house. Mm-hmm. And so I would when we would meet for the birthday boys 7 nights a week, I would go and get a turkey sub. When I was trying to eat healthy, I would get a footlong turkey on wheat with Swiss cheese, and I would toast it, and I would just put vinegar and onions on it. And I actually was feeling, I had the flu last week and I couldn't eat anything, and I got it again because it's just almost just like eating bread. Basically.
Yeah, sure.
But I did not like Subway, and then I grew to be like, I can eat this bread. Like the toasted bread I'm fine eating. What besides Mexico, which now it seems like a taste of home down there, what's your history with this place?
I used to love Subway, and I would just get so I've been a vegetarian since I was a kid. So and there's like basically one sandwich you could get, the Veggie Delight.
The Veggie Delight.
But you can make it any way you want. So I would do a footlong, but I would have on one half just American cheese and bread and mayonnaise and mustard, and then on the other half I would do the white American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, onion, green bell pepper. They recently, or I guess I should say more recently, started doing spinach, which I don't know if I like, but I'll do it.
I don't always trust their spinach.
Yeah. I feel like I've got
food poisoning from it. I mean,
yeah, and it tastes a little different. Always ask for extra black olives. I love olives.
Me too.
A few jalapenos in there because I'm a heat seeker.
Oh, yeah.
On wheat bread.
Wow.
Did you toast or no toast?
No toast.
No toast.
Not,
a veggie sandwich is tricky.
Yeah, it feels like, I know you like a warm salad, but I'm not into it. You like a warm salad.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't like a warm salad.
You love it.
I like a regular temperature salad.
Okay.
So
hot. What is that to you?
I don't like hot salad. My history with Subway is there was a time I remember when Subway opened, and it was in Lakewood, California, and it was a novelty, and being like, oh, Subway, oh, this is cool. This is like a new place, and I remember that being a thing.
You auditioned for Jared.
Oh my gosh, as a child.
and I went to Subway. It was not a place I went to frequently, but it was a place like, oh, this is a solid place I can get a sandwich. And then what happened is that more sandwich chains started, becoming that became a whole sector of chain restaurants. And then basically every new entrant was just better than Subway.
Sure.
Like everyone was better. And I will say Togo's existed in Southern California before Subway, and Togo's was always better than Subway.
Chris Van Arsdale and huge Togo's.
Love Togo's.
Yeah.
Yes, Togo's.
And Chris Van Arsdale, who did the Doughboys art, and as a member of the Birthday Boys. And he loved Togo's. I think Togo's has mostly disappeared, but that was a place that was just generally better than Subway.
There was one by the Birthday Boys.
There was
That's
one
probably
by
why
the
you went.
Birthday
Yeah.
Boys.
And they had Mountain Dew. So
They did have Mountain
I
Dew.
love Mountain Dew.
I wrote a monologue for Chris about how he loved Togo's, and he did it at a Birthday Boy show. And Maddie Smith, who we had on the show, got
ate a screw
in his sandwich
I
at Togo's.
remember
It
that
still makes me,
Ooh.
still freaks me out. A screw.
Yeah.
I got the Heimlich maneuver at a Togo's. Told this story on the podcast.
You
before.
got someone gave it to you?
My dad gave it to me. Yeah, I
my
choked
God.
on pastrami. Yeah,
Pastrami.
I was 8 years old.
Oh.
They gave me the Heimlich maneuver in a restaurant, and people were fucking disgusted.
Wow.
Did the pastrami shoot out?
Yeah.
Did it shoot into some guy's mouth?
Oh, yeah, and he gulped it.
There's some fat guy shot
big
into a fat guy's
jumped
mouth
back
and he
out
gulped it. And he went, not bad.
Yeah. It's basically verbatim what happened.
Oh my God.
Another origin story of Jared.
That was Jared that it shot into his mouth?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is like not bad. Wow, how scary, and you owe your
really
life
scary.
to your dad.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. And
Wow.
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
You know. You know what I'm talking about.
I get you.
His balls.
His fucking balls.
His fucking balls. I can't imagine what, I don't know who I'd be hosting the show with, Wags, if you had choked to death.
Joe Saunders. So.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Wow.
So anyway,
Do I go back in time and tell your dad, do I convince your dad to just let it ride?
Let it ride.
Your dad would probably be like, your dad was probably contemplating it anyway.
Let your 8-year-old son asphyxiate in a restaurant, then plan his funeral, and then continue on with
All
your
right,
life.
hey, look, it would be pretty dark for him.
Pretty dark.
Sure.
So anyway.
Your dad knew the Heimlich. That's great. I don't know the Heimlich.
I was just going to ask, do either of you know the Heimlich?
Oh, 100%. I learned it in the Boy Scouts of America.
Really?
Wait, don't you think it's changed over years?
I don't know if they've updated the Heimlich. Have they updated the Heimlich? I think it's pretty.
think so.
I think it's pretty set.
No, it's
They
the
also
same thing.
make things now. My mom has one of these because if you Heimlich someone and you do it incorrectly, you only really get one shot at the Heimlich.
Yeah.
Because if you do it incorrectly, it pushes the air out, but not the thing, and then there's nothing left to push it out. But they have these things now. They're like vacuums. You can put over someone's mouth and it suctions everything out. And you can do it as many times as you need.
Well,
So
that's sick.
it's cool because we've had to Heimlich my brother a few times, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And or if you're with people who like I don't know if you were choking, I don't know if I could Heimlich you guys. You're bigger than me. No, truly,
You have to,
can't.
Yeah,
no, I
and
get it.
I
I get
people
it.
who are
Yeah.
bigger than you. Like the few times we've had to do it to my brother, I'm like scared because he's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Sure,
So
yeah.
we gotta get these vacuum things that just sucks it out of your throat.
You guys
Whatever
need
it
one
is.
here.
We should get him for the
Should get one for
podcast.
Headgum.
You got to get one here for sure.
You should just put them all over our mouths when we're eating too much.
Just
Too.
all the time.
Yeah.
Just plug it out. We're done.
I remember I just got a memory, like a visceral memory when I was like a toddler. I was like 3 years old, like one of those, like the first things you remember.
Yeah.
I was choking on a little hard candy in my dad's office. My sister like ran and got him, and he like ran down the hallway, and I was like choking for a while, and then he had to like Heimlich me, and the candy shot out of my mouth.
Wow.
But I don't think my dad knew the Heimlich. I think
No, he just sort of did. Yeah.
I think he just was just like, I think he probably pushed the air out of me and
Yeah.
then just
I
kept
think
doing
if you're
it.
like with people who are smaller than you have better luck. If you're like trying to Heimlich someone bigger than you, it's like there's more strategy to it, like understanding.
All this shit is so scary.
Isn't it scary? Just your life is just always in the balance.
I can just be at home with
Hanging by a
Wally and
thread.
Irma and just fucking choke on pastrami and die.
Well, you can do it
No,
on the
Mitch,
edge of a
get one
table.
for your house. Yeah,
chair,
like
yeah.
a chair.
That would oh my God.
When you're
That suction thing you can do to yourself. I'll get you one.
Mhm.
it's actually probably pretty handy if you live alone.
Yeah.
When you
Does it work on other stuff?
You should let me know.
Sucking your balls out.
Next time you're constipated, put it on your butt.
oh, it's fucking disgusting. I was gonna jack off with that thing.
I should do
When
one
you-
before the other,
vacuum
but
head
I
is
don't
just
know
like
what
all
you're
brown.
Oh yeah, and then you try to do it to someone, and you're like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Sorry, it's multi-purpose.
Dude, that
It was a gift.
I got the butt head on.
All right, we gotta talk about today's Subway.
Sure, fine.
No, are you
See
sure
you
we
sucking
can't
shit
keep
out of
going
your
with this?
asshole.
Here's what I will say. I
I
think
like that you think you can use a vacuum to suck the shit out of you.
No more pushing.
That's what the issue is. There's not enough air sucking it out of your butt.
I think we actually all kind of had the same reaction while we're eating these Doritos Footlong Nachos.
Mm-hmm.
First, they come in a big, long, skinny tray.
Yeah.
So, that they're leaning on the footlong gimmick needlessly.
Mhm.
It's just purely about presentation because
Yes.
there's no reason for it to be in this form factor. It doesn't make it easier to eat or anything. But, and if anything, makes the distribution of ingredients pretty uneven because it's just one long corridor where, Mitch, there are pockets that, and you and I are having the meat versions, pockets with no steak, pockets with no chicken. There were like maybe 4 jalapenos strewn apart. It was pretty sparse.
I was pretty mad at you because you took a third of the steak nachos, or maybe even more like half of the steak nachos.
Who else was having them?
Me and you, but still, you went a little hog. You turned into a little piglet. You were just being a little piglet. That's fine. Your nose went upwards and a little tail sprung out, and you were at your trough.
We're 2 people sharing one portion.
Yeah, and you were a little piggy.
Oh my God!
You were just being a little piggy.
Because I took half.
You were nice and pink pig, and you were troughing away, and that's fine. You were a little piglet. You look cute with your little
You're being
tail.
A fucking little piglet. That's what's going on here.
Oh,
You're being
the piglet.
You're being a little piglet.
Oh, okay.
You wanted your trough
piglet.
all to yourself. You're mad I got a little. It took a little bit extra. You had more than half of it available.
Oh, I was just saying I had no steak on it, but Piggy got his steak.
You got some steak. There was very little steak on mine, Mitch. The whole fucking point is there wasn't much steak on any of it. I showed you I had 2 little fragments of steak across my whole portion.
And was Piggy happy?
Piggy was not happy. Piggy was pretty angry.
Kiss Piggy.
It's so funny. I can make a joke about you blowing your head off, but you calling Nick a piggy, I'm like, oh my God.
You weren't being a piggy that was very low on steak.
There wasn't a lot of steak.
Yeah.
Speaking of piggies.
She did a little snort.
Yeah, she did a little
She was snorting at you, fucking piggy.
She'd be cute, little pig costume.
She would be. You should.
Really cute.
Jemmy should.
She does make little snorts sometimes. We call her a little piggy. She'll
That's
make
cute.
these little snort noise, and I'll be like, "Oh, it's a piggy."
Yeah, she is kind of a little piggy.
Cute.
I don't know. Thought bubble. Jimmy the bun. I think that
there was no steak. There was not a lot of. There was very
steak.
little steak on the steak nachos, and I do think those were my favorite. But I don't know. The chicken ones were okay too.
I just think that's such low quality meat, and also what is this concept? I'm taking fucking nacho cheese and putting over nacho cheese Doritos. I don't know. Tony, what did you think? Because I thought the veggie version was the best version just because of the avocado was fresh.
Piggy's not happy. I kind of liked the. I gotta say, they are bad, of course, but like you said, they are Doritos.
They are Doritos,
and my issue with it is that I think they just toast them in the toaster oven, right? Is that what happens? They're never going to be like hot, but if you ate these Doritos nachos in the restaurant, which is very dire, I think a lot of them, there's like one seat in a Subway. At some
a lot
locations
of them are in like
a
7 or in a gas station or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
You
you can't eat, you can't sit down at a lot of 7-Elevens. I mean, sorry, at a lot of Subways, and you don't want to.
Yeah.
But I think if you ate these in your car or at the Subway, they're not that bad. Tony, what do you think?
Wow, what a ringing endorsement. If you ate them in your car, they'd be not that bad.
Look, I'm just saying.
You're just damning with faint praise. What would you think, Tony?
I liked them.
You liked them.
Maybe because
this is what I'm saying.
Maybe because it was also my first meal, and somebody was a little late.
You get it? Do y'all know who that was?
I know.
We'll figure it. We'll discuss after the show. We'll figure out who that was.
I know you guys try so hard to get it very fresh.
Maybe I'm a time piggy. That's me.
Waking up people's
time.
It wasn't too long, but what I'm saying is I hate disagreeing. I thought the footlong made it so it felt more even to me. I ate
Interesting.
Oh, I guess you guys did get some of mine, right?
Yeah, I stole some
Even though it was
avocado.
like the same.
Oh, Little Piggy
thing.
had a lot of it.
I was
I'm
gonna.
surprised you didn't take half of it.
I did not take half. I didn't take a half of any of them.
You took a third.
I maybe took a third.
You took a third of Tony's.
I did not take a third of Tony's. That's ridiculous.
You could have. I wouldn't know.
I know you
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
have had
sure
a
you took
problem.
a third of it.
Because we were splitting a thing for 3 people 3 ways, so me taking a third would have been reasonable. Just as me taking about a half, less than half of the thing that you and I were sharing was a reasonable amount for me to take. I took a double Unkar Plut. What do you want from me?
Wack, relax. Wait, I gotta ask you. What are you doing? What are you doing after the show? Can I take a guess? Are you going to market?
Yeah.
Are you going home? Are you gonna have roast beef? Are you gonna have none?
What
are you gonna do?
What might you say on the way home?
I'm gonna say wee all the way home. All right, you happy?
Hey, in 2007, that would make sense. Nintendo Wii.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Jesus
my
Christ,
gosh, Mitch. Garrett.
Now you're gonna say switch to
Yeah, that
all
doesn't
the
make
way
any
home.
sense.
Nobody would say
Kids are not
that.
gonna understand a little piggy.
Get ready, Mitch, because I love what you have to say about me. I ate my whole thing besides the little portion that Nick took of mine. So what does that say?
You did not act like a little piggy in the least bit. You were being very normal human being behavior.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The avocado slices, the way it was laid out in this tray, I could see everything, and it was like, I enjoyed it. Oh, would I if
Toni,
it wasn't for a show?
We're on the same page here. I
Oh,
think that they're
no.
okay.
Okay, it wouldn't be. I'm trying to think. Would I go and get this? Like, no, because it's like I don't want like Doritos chips with all of this stuff. But I was shocked at how much I did enjoy it. Like, even if it was like a little bit later, like the chips were still crunchy. It was a little bit cold, but I still enjoyed it and like gobbled it right on up.
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
enjoyed it.
At the end of the day, it is a bunch of different components that are generally good on their own. So you mix them together, it makes sense. What are you gonna say, man?
Right. Yeah.
I'm the Dorito kid, as
Yes.
you know.
Oh my God.
And
What was
Mhm.
this?
I pulled out 2 Doritos, I guess. I don't know. I love Doritos. Doritos can't do, I like the only promotional thing with Doritos we haven't liked is like the stuffed Doritos. Remember, I think 7-Eleven had them, and those were just downright bad.
You should go visit the Doritos After Dark at the Crypto.com arena because I went to a Lakers game with a friend of the show, past guest Dave Schilling, and he got a some sort of gyro from the Doritos.
It looks like you're holding an orb.
I couldn't. I'm kind of got orbs on the brain. But he got a fucking gyro with from the Doritos lounge, and all it was just a standard gyro with Doritos, just like nacho cheese Doritos thrown on top.
It's so
of it.
sad
It
that
was
you're
so half-assed.
If 9-year-old Weiger or 9-year-old Mitch heard you saying, like, he got a gyro from the Doritos lounge, they'd be like, oh my God, the future fucking rules.
Yeah,
But it
exactly.
sucks.
It's so fucking bad.
It's
so
so
boring.
bad. It should be so much better. Like that should be the Doritos lounge should be great, but
no, it's just a dull apocalypse.
Yeah,
it sucks.
yeah. But I think that this is, as far as Doritos, look, Doritos are good on the Dorito Kid.
Doritos are good.
The Dorito Kid.
On the Dorito
Get
Kid.
it. Yeah.
On the Dorito Kid, I think putting on jalapenos, putting on cheese sauce, heating it up in the toaster oven. I do like Doritos. I would give me a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos over this, yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna say I wasn't having fun eating those nachos.
Okay.
Here's
Here's first off, I did like the jalapenos on there. I'm something of a heat
nice.
seeker.
they got
They're
good
wise.
jalapenos
Yeah.
at
They,
Subway.
yes, the jalapenos are good. It breathed a lot of life into it. Wouldn't this have been a little bit better with just plain tortilla chips? Just salted corn tortilla chips?
I
And
actually
just
don't
more like nachos?
agree.
You don't think so?
I think that the way that they make it, which Amelia told us, which is insane, is that they go and grab a bag of Doritos from the
Like
chip,
an individual bag.
Yeah,
an individual bag from the
chip,
chip
Really?
case, and they open it and pour it into the sleeve, and they do that for each bag of Doritos, which is insane.
Yeah, because it's just engineered to like, what do we actually have in store already? How can we rearrange these components into a new dish?
So the markup, they're actually, for what they are, $5 is not bad for what you get. that's not like they put a little bit of meat on there. I mean, like for them though, it's like a bag of Doritos is 99 cents or something. So it's a markup of $4 basically.
Well, I don't know what they're paying wholesale. They're paying less than 99 cents per unit.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
there's no way you're paying $1 per bag.
All right, so, you get what I'm saying though. But I'm saying that like the price isn't bad, but there is probably a huge markup with just adding the cheese and their cheap meat, and not a lot of it or whatever.
That maybe is why they only add like one piece of chicken.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. There's they probably say keep it skimpy. Yeah.
I guess here's what I will say in defense of the Doritos Footlong Nachos. They were way the fuck better than my sandwich, which was awful.
Oh,
I got the hot honey pepperoni sandwich, which was, I think, legit disgusting. This was a pepperoni. First off, hot honey is just done. This is the official death knell of hot honey, that hot honey is on the menu at Subway. You know that just hot honey is over, right? Like the point when it's like we saw the same cycle happen with sriracha. Once Jack in the Box has a sriracha menu, it's done. It's over. It's just completely exhausted. The premise has reached its end point. Anyway, this is hot honey sauce with with pepperoni and 2x provolone cheese on Italian herbs and cheese bread, topped with lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, and the hot honey sauce. A lot of hot honey sauce on there, I will say. They were really, really generous with their drizzle. And I just thought this was, like, I get this. I despite it being exhausting, I do kind of still like hot honey. I have enjoyed hot honey pizzas I've had. I think it has its place. But I thought this execution of it was, it tasted just putrid. I think it was a combination of the provolone, and like the provolone was not quite the right cheese as in combination with the sweetness. And then what was really disgusting was all the honey covered vegetables. Like honey and lettuce and tomatoes was just like a gross combo. I really did not like eating this at all. And at a certain point, I just had to disassemble it and just kind of like eat some of the protein.
What was your bread?
It sounds like you fucked up by putting lettuce on there.
I got it exactly the way that it comes, Mitch.
They recommended it. I did it
the exact way that it comes.
All right.
I made no alterations to their version of it. They're like, this is the hot honey pepperoni that we have created. They've curated. This is our LTO. Here is how we prefer it to be served. That's how I got it. And you know what? It was fucking bad. I didn't like it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
No, I'm not going to call. He's mad at me for calling him a piggy, and I'm sorry.
Really?
I think he's mad I call him a piggy. But I think you're a great piggy. You're pig, like Charlotte's Web.
If we're on fucking Lord of the Flies, Mitch, there's a piggy there, and it's not going to be me. I'll tell you that much. Someone's getting a boulder pushed onto them, and it's not me. Someone's getting their glasses broken. It's not me.
I don't wear glasses, except sometimes. Oh, yeah? You saw what I did to you earlier. I could lift you up.
You could lift me up.
Yeah. So if we're on Lord of the Fries situation, you fucking...
Lord of the Fries? You said...
You love it,
for Lord of the Fries?
If we're Lord of the Fries, we will reign supreme.
Yeah, we're winning.
I'm not piggy on fucking Lord of the Flies. You're fucking piggy.
Don't call me piggy. You're piggy.
You're piggy.
You're piggy.
Boys.
You're both piggy.
Both of you are piggies. No need to fight. You can both share the title. Wait, what bread was it on?
Italian herbs and cheese. Again, they're recommended bread.
And is that but would that be something that you would get at Subway?
These days I would never get something from Subway unless this was the only option and I just needed food because I was getting lightheaded. But if I was going to get a sandwich from Subway, I would probably get something akin to what you got, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably get a tuna sandwich on wheat. But you got a tuna wrap.
I got a tuna wrap.
Yeah.
A tuna
wrap. Swimming in the ocean, in the sea. That's fuck.
Tuna wrap for me.
Thank you. I could have finished it.
100%.
Tuna wrap. It's the tuna wrap.
Yeah.
I did. My heart wasn't in it.
No.
I'm still scarred from you calling me piggy on Lord of the
You called
Fries.
me piggy first.
I did. And I stand by it.
Oh, you stand by it.
Yeah.
I'm not a piggy. I'm a man.
You are.
You are a man.
Thank
You're a man. And sometimes you're a little piggy. Okay. look, things are getting too heated with the piggy situation.
Okay.
I got a tuna wrap. Swimming in the sea, that's what I see.
Nice.
I used to be able to rhyme. I haven't done like a improvised like a whatever rap. What is it?
You don't need to.
What is that?
Rap battle?
No, what is like? There's like some rap. There's improv where you like rap and rhyme, right? Isn't there like a rhyming improv?
Freestyle?
Yeah, there's like a freestyle or like a musical improv sort of thing, right?
Sure. But what are you?
I'm saying
wanting?
isn't there like shows like that where you like do basically a rap?
Exists.
Yeah, but you've never done them.
No, I don't do them. Do you do them ever?
No.
Okay, right, yeah. I used to be able to do that. I'm saying.
When would you do that?
People used to get me to freestyle when I was younger.
When? Where? At a party?
Yeah.
I was gonna say how much alcohol before you started.
I had alcohol, but I was like decent at it. I used to be able to rhyme off the top of my head. I can't do it anymore. My rhyming ability has gone away.
Okay.
But look, I had a tuna wrap. I had a tuna wrap. No. I had tuna, lettuce, tomato, onion, vinegar and oil, and pickles, and salt and pepper, and banana peppers.
Wow.
And I got that in a wrap. I thought this would be an easy and like a simple good thing,
Right.
but it still sucked.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking bad. What do you expect?
Why did it suck?
I don't know if it's that thing with Subway where I'm like, maybe I do like maybe that shitty bread is like, I kind of just like eating the bread a little bit, but I like the wrap. I was just like tasting. I was full on tasting like just like the boring ingredients of the wrap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was tasting the boring ingredients of the wrap, and like when they're just standing on their own, and you're like that's all you're tasting. It's bad.
Do we know the calorie difference between like a wheat bread and a wrap? I don't
it's like
think
half
it's that.
I think it's half the calories.
Half?
Yeah,
oh wow.
It is like it's about half the calories.
What kind of like?
It's like
bread
lavash bread, right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Like
I
a
don't
lavish?
because I know in Jersey Mike's the calorie count is surprisingly similar between the wrap and the bread. Which
Yeah,
you'd expect
maybe
there to
that's
be
what I'm thinking
You'd
of.
expect there to be a
Okay.
caloric savings going over to the wrap, but it's still pretty, you got a flour tortilla or whatever the fuck, it's still gonna have a lot of carbs in it.
In a white wrap, it says there's 210 calories. In the wheat wrap, there's 230, and in the 9-grain wheat wrap, there's 250.
Okay. I wonder how that compares to the bread.
Yeah.
The bread, I think it says a 6-inch is 180 and 9-inch is 210. So I'd assume a 12-inch. I don't know why they gave it 9-inch. I assume a 12-inch is probably twice that. So yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely a little
Just
less.
curious.
Looking in the ocean, what do I see? A tuna fish swimming right at me. I cast my line and I reel it in, and now I got a great din.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're back, baby. And you're back.
He's still pissed I called him Piggy.
Mitch, that sucks. That was really bad.
You're mad I called you
Yeah, I
Piggy.
am mad. Needlessly. We were sharing something.
I'm joking around. I was joking. I was trying to get you mad. You're not a piggy.
You got me mad.
I know.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Mission
now
accomplished.
the thing happened and you're upset by it. You got what you
You're
wanted.
not a piggy.
Okay.
You dork. I was making fun of you. I don't think you're a piggy. The nachos weren't even that good. There was stuff we threw away.
Yeah, I know. It was bad. It sucked.
I cleaned mine out.
We also got a cookie box. Let me just tell you, this was a highlight for me.
Oh,
I think the Subway
really?
cookies are not bad.
You
You didn't like them?
They have a specific Subway cookie taste.
Of course.
Which isn't necessarily bad. And when they bake them in store, boy, howdy, they're intoxicating. I had
Yeah.
the macadamia nut and white chocolate. I like white chocolate. You guys like white chocolate?
Not the biggest white chocolate guy.
Where you at,
whatever
bitch?
Wise likes.
Yeah.
You're not pink anymore. You're red. You're red mad.
I'm doing fine. We're having fun.
We're having a good time.
We're having a good time.
and I tasted
My
a little
rap
bit.
sucked. Let's see you rap, fucking Mr. Rapper.
I didn't want to rap.
Well, yeah, you
I
can't.
didn't say it was Mr. Rapper.
Let me guess. Oink, 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 oink. There's your rap.
Bitch, pick a lane. He's gonna be mad or not. Jesus. My God. I thought I liked them, but it wasn't. I couldn't do a whole cookie, and it does have just a very specific like taste to them.
It's definitely
that
got
is,
like an artificial sort
yes,
of
the artificial
character to
one.
it. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know I would get you so mad by calling you Piggy.
Of course.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I didn't know I'd get you mad at calling
Everything's
you
fine.
Piggy. I got you mad because I called you Piggy.
I'm not mad. It's fine.
You got mad
We're
at me.
having fun.
No. I love it.
Look.
I'm not mad. It's fine.
I'm not mad. Moving on. Let's review the sandwiches. You're mad.
I'm not mad.
All right, good. Look, the nachos I thought were pretty good, and
Yeah.
they were the star of the show for me.
Look, can I say
What
this?
about the cookies?
Yes.
Oh.
No, but yes. What about the cookies?
The cookies were good.
Yeah.
They're fun. I mean, like, was it Andre Highland who said that they should just be a cookie store?
Yeah, sure.
But
Oh.
like why subs now? They don't like they've lost to Jersey Mike's.
Mm.
They're not. No one. I mean, look. I think maybe price point is probably still maybe the best at Subway.
It's still not that cheap anymore.
Sure,
It's
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
They $5 nachos instead of the $5 footlongs are now the nachos
And
basically.
you look, if you could, like a kid could get full from the $5 nachos, and they'd probably love it as like an indulgent lunch. You know what I mean? But it's like
Sure.
it's also that's not going to be you're probably not going to be a full meal for an adult.
Yeah.
I was going to say the what? What's going on?
Nothing.
What's going on?
I just
He's thinking of when he can slip it in, and also like is feeling how upset.
I just want to say, I think it's funny. It's funny that I called you Piggy and got you so mad that you said my fish wrap sucked.
It is funny. I agree.
It's funny.
I think that was here's where I was trying to land about an hour ago. The Doritos Footlongs Nachos. I feel like we all had the same reaction, which is how much better would this be if Taco Bell did this exact same gimmick? Like their kitchens are prepared for doing nachos.
Yeah.
They
And-
have great nachos. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay,
that's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like imagine that.
What
hey,
is this step that we're doing?
Hey, imagine
Yeah.
Taco Bell is introducing our Doritos Footlong Nachos. That's just the gimmick we're doing. We're doing Footlong Nachos, and it would just be a better execution all around. Every element would be
100%.
more satisfying.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're dealing with here is like, yes, they've cobbled together something appropriating like a gimmick, trashy indulgence from their existing, inventory. But it's, I don't know, is this a thing you're going out of your way for? Is this a thing we're excited about?
Yeah, it does feel like a step of like, and knowing how they fix it now.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay. But it does feel like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
like,
what are we doing?
What is that? I don't know.
But I do agree with both of you that it
It's
was
fun.
It was fun, and it was like, even though I didn't love it, it was better. I expected this to be gross, and it was better than I expected, which is maybe why I took so much of it. Oink oink, I'm a little piggy.
I was gonna say, you surely had to appreciate that it was served in a trough. Wags, you weren't a piggy.
Yes.
I never thought you were being piggy.
Yeah.
I do think that there was no meat, steak meat.
There was very little steak.
I got a chunk of chicken when I ate the chicken ones, but there was literally no steak. There was no smashed avocado either, which is what we originally were trying to get
Yeah.
on
There were slices
yours.
of
It was just
We
avocado.
got
slices of
slices of
avocado.
and I will say the slices look good.
They did look good.
It didn't
The avocado
look like
tasted good, too.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
workers there did a good job presenting these.
Yeah.
Is there no sour? There's no sour cream.
No
at.
sour cream. No, that's another thing. If this was Taco Bell, they had fucking sour cream. It would be better.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. So now they do have nacho cheese, or has Subway always had nacho cheese?
That's a great question. Maybe that is the one new component. I feel like they've had nacho cheese for other sandwiches.
Yeah.
Because they have some other ones that are like that, but I can't claim to be familiar enough with their menu.
Well, don't claim it now.
All right, guys, I'm about to tell you about the most incredible, unforgettable gift you can get your mom this Mother's Day. We love our mamas.
We love our mommies.
And we want to give them a good, I almost said good kiss. We want to give them a good gift.
We do want to give them a good kiss. We also want to give them a good gift. Mitch, have you heard of Goldbelly? I know you have.
I certainly have, Wags.
It's this amazing site that we order from where you can get the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants all across the U.S., and they will ship it anywhere across the country. Get this, Mitch, for free.
Wow.
In time for Mother's Day.
That's right, Wags. You know, I got Goldbelly back in the day when we tried, remember I got some Cape Cod pizzas?
Yeah.
That was my Goldbelly experience. I got those back in the day, and I loved them. I'm a huge fan of Goldbelly. And you know what just caught my eye? I want to send my mom some nice bagels. My mom's a bagel fan. I'm going to send her some Essa bagels with Goldbelly.
Essa Bagel's real great in New York City, and they got a nice version of it you can order on Goldbelly. We got ourselves an Ina Garten cake.
Wow.
That's right, an Ina Garten coconut cake, and we taste tested it here, and it was damn tasty.
And you know, I'm gonna just go out on a limb here. I'm not one, but I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be mama approved.
Goldbelly will ship gift-worthy cakes from the aforementioned Ina Garten and Martha Stewart, Magnolia Bakery's famous banana pudding, New York bagel brunch directly from the city, or even authentic Chicago deep dish pizza.
Wow. So whether your mom would love something sweet from one of the country's best bakeries or meals from world-famous chefs, Goldbelly has you covered. And you know what, Wags? It ships right to your door. My bagels were nice and cold. They came packaged. The cream cheese was cold. The lox was cold. I opened it up. I made myself a bagel with cream cheese and lox, and it was like I was right at Essa Bagel in New York City. And now I'm going to give my mom that same experience.
The Ina Garten cake, really straightforward. Comes frozen, defrosted in the fridge overnight. Leave it out at room temp for a bit. Bite into that bad boy. You're going to have yourself a great dessert.
We loved it. So if you're looking to make Mother's Day perfect or want to impress your friends and family with an epic meal next time you host, go to goldbelly.com and get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code Doughboys.
That's goldbelly.com, code Doughboys for free shipping and 20% off your first order.
Do it. Look, time has just passed Taco Bell by. I think
Subway.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I truly was taken back.
Look, let's get to our final thoughts while Mitch recovers. We're each going to say our closing argument on Subway and give it a score from 0 to 5 forks. Tony, you know the show.
Are we speaking just about the nachos?
I think you talk about the whole visit.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Whatever your thoughts on Subway. Your thoughts, your fork score.
I'm going to give. I will say with the caveat of I've been on, I don't know why, but a Subway tear, and I think I'm at the end of it. But this has been for 2 years now. When I'm traveling, I'm like, oh, I want Subway, and it's not like a taste of like home or something, but there is something where I'm like, I want Subway, and I don't know, and I'm not proud of it necessarily. But you can get a veggie sandwich, which is nice, but there's not a lot of bells and whistles.
Right.
The nachos, I did enjoy bell peppers. Bell peppers and whistles.
I got pickle whistles. I have no idea.
Yeah, pickle whistles.
Pickle whistles.
Pickle whistles.
I'm going to say, and I did like the nachos. Would I go there again for that? Absolutely not.
Right.
I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna give Subway right now, and maybe this is also other Subways, not just in the States. A 3.
3 forks. Wow, pretty good score.
That's pretty up there.
No, I think that's.
I'm looking at Subway's menu, by the way, and they do have a cheddar cheese sauce that you can get on their subs. So I think that's another thing that they already had for the nachos.
We were just looking at the nachos description, and there's no cheese sauce listed. It's just Monterey Jack cheese.
Monterey Jack cheese?
Oh, so do they melt it on there?
Wait,
yeah, I think it's like melted in the oven, but the texture of it was very like they
goopy.
ladled like queso
Yeah,
on,
there
right?
was no way that there was like.
The press release says Doritos nacho cheese flavored chips layered with cheddar cheese sauce,
Oh,
which is what they
okay.
have on their menu, and shredded Monterey cheddar cheese. So it has two components that maybe
app
aren't
doesn't
listed on
say
the
that,
app.
which is weird.
Yeah. Mitch, your thoughts, your fork score.
Well, if I had to give the the Doritos nachos a score, I think I'd give it maybe 3.5 forks.
Wow.
Oh, just that, just the item,
just the nachos.
3.5 to 3.75. Like, not a 4-forker. 3.5 is probably right where it is.
Wow, okay.
3.5 is pretty good. They're not bad, Wags.
They're not bad.
You seem to enjoy them. I didn't say anything bad.
My God, you
I
fucking
didn't say
want
anything
it so
bad.
What? You can't just stop.
I didn't say anything.
But you did.
I seem to enjoy them.
You love it.
You did seem to enjoy them. I thought you enjoyed them.
I thought they were fine. I would not go 3.5 forks.
Okay.
But you finish your thoughts.
I'm a self-described piggy. And even I was not chowing down on these things. And no one was.
Yeah.
I
No
did.
All right.
I can't stress
Tony,
this enough.
Tony
I
was
did.
chowing down on them. I thought that they were, for what they were pretty good. I think they can barely travel because the Subway toast is just not going to keep them hot and fresh as nachos. It's just not going to happen. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you eat them in the store, it's probably the best way to do it, or eat them in your car. My wrap was bad today, and it was just so boring. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I was just tasting with that lavash bread or something. It tasted like nothing, kind of. So I was just tasting all those ingredients. I'm like, oh, Jersey Mike's just has like better tuna fish. Yeah. It has better toppings. And they're like oil and vinegar. And like when they put the oregano and stuff on there, it's like, it just tastes better. It's a better tasting, 10 times out of 10, I want Jersey Mike's over Subway. There's no time I want Subway. I never even go to Subway. I went to Subway when I had the flu because I could barely eat anything, and I wanted like
punishing yourself.
I wanted bread. I mean, that's why I was like, I'll just get like a loaf of bread for dinner. Was kind of what I thought.
Sometimes it feels like if you're sick, you don't even want flavor. You don't want any. You just want I just need to put calories in my body. And that's
so that's where I think like that's what Subway is. I think Subway does. I think for like a lot of people, like working class people, I see people like who are like I see like electricians and people in there like during the day. I don't know if they're electricians. No, people like working class people.
People with hard hats and name tags are oftentimes on their lunch break at Subway. So yes, I understand why it exists. And I
think it is cheaper. I think it is slightly cheaper than Jersey Mike's. I think Jersey Mike's is a little bit more expensive than Subway.
Right. Also probably, they serve different areas. Subway is everywhere. Yeah, Subway is, and that it's the Netflix thing or whatever. It's the Walmart Netflix thing of like ubiquity. Yeah,
and it is just about real estate basically. But okay, all that being said, the actual score for the restaurant overall, 2.5. 2.25 forks.
2.25 forks. Wow.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
Little Unkar fork on the end.
Hey, that's a pig man. Unkar Plut is a pig man. Am I wrong?
Let us let us remember that Unkar Plut famously would want 1/4 portion.
That is true. So he's not. Oh yeah. Actually, that would be if there was the nachos. It would be quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're over here and I'm eating my nachos, and you're like, "That's mine." Okay.
What was the roast today?
There was a roast today?
Yeah.
No, what was the
deviled eggs?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I forgot
deep dish.
I forgot. That was so long ago.
Okay. So the roast was me loving deep dish pizza and deviled eggs.
Yes.
But then I call you piggy for a moment, and I turned the pot upside down.
Wait, hold on. Was that even mean-spirited?
Oh, there's been no roasts that are mean-spirited.
Love me deeper.
There's been no roasts that make fun of my weight.
Mitch, you do get it a lot, but you were very aggressive.
I was having fun.
I was having fun too. What do you think? It was a bigger thing than it was. We're having fun.
I'm gonna fucking hog tie your ass after this episode.
I'd like to see you try.
Everybody would love to see that.
Yeah.
Everybody would love to see that.
We had this discussion back.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
We had this discussion back at the.
And by when I say hog tie, I mean literal. Gotta tie up that hog, put a bow on it.
We used to, back in the days when we recorded at your apartment at Palmerston.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, remember? And that weird table?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Glass table.
The glass
The weird table?
You're offended about referencing your old table?
Someone took that big piece of glass. They made out like a bandit.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah, I gave it to somebody.
That's nice.
Cool.
It was a beautiful piece of glass.
We recorded a big glass table.
Yeah, it was beautiful, but it didn't fit where it was. I'm so sorry.
It was a little big for the
going.
space.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had an ongoing thing where you were convinced that if you wanted to, you could grab me and dunk my head in the toilet. And I always said...
Yeah, I feel like I was on that episode.
You were around. You were definitely around for this. And
Amelia is shocked because she's never listened to the podcast and this is news to her.
Yeah. And I said... If you try, like if I'm trying to avoid you, if I'm trying to evade you, you would not be able to do it.
Like if you knew it was coming.
Yes, like if Mitch is like, I'm gonna dunk you, you're getting dunked.
I'm gonna get you sooner or later.
I would be able to avoid you because I have more endurance than you. I think I could like tire you out, and I think I also am just like scrambly enough and strong enough to prevent you from tipping me upside down and putting my head inside of John. I think I could do it and flushing.
I'm trying to picture you guys doing this in that bathroom at Palmerston. That was like a very tight, small, like apartment bathroom. I'm trying to picture you both in there.
Yeah.
There's no way Mitch would be able to do it.
Now here in the Echo toilet?
Yeah, but like you don't have to put feet above. One, I agree. He couldn't do it.
Whoa, hold on a
Sorry,
second.
buddy.
What the hell? All right.
But
if I'm resisting with all my might,
like
it doesn't matter. I'm like the it follows thing. I'd follow you to the end of the earth. I would I would follow you as slowly, and I'd get you. I would get you eventually.
Do you still honestly feel like you could?
Could I force? He'd fight back.
I'd fight back.
Of course, he'd fight back.
He's a beefier, and I don't mean that in a bad way. He's a porkier guy. So like Kowalik, I could definitely get his head in a toilet.
Kowalik.
Yeah.
There's like people I could get their heads in the toilet.
Kowalik would kind of want it too.
Yeah, give me it.
Oh no!
Don't do it. Yeah, he lifts his head up above the toilet to be like, "You're gonna do it."
Don't put a turd in there first. All right.
Don't grab my jar of turds that I have and put one in there. What? Give me a top 3. You could put your dunk in the toilet.
Okay, Kowalik is definitely in my top.
For sure.
Is it friends?
But is it people
Joe
you want to or people you could do it to? Joe Saunders?
Joe Saunders, though, if Joe Saunders, when Joe
Joe gets mad.
When Joe gets mad, you don't want to mess with Joe anymore.
There's a secret rage within him. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You won't like him when he's angry.
Yeah, he's very Hulk-like.
Interesting. He's very what?
Hulk-like.
Oh.
Can I get Ferguson's head in the toilet?
Yeah,
I
you
could probably
can
get fucking Ferguson's head in the toilet.
100%.
Okay.
Third, Weiger.
I don't think you could do it. I legit don't think you could do it.
Okay.
Who's another weakling friend that we have? I don't want to say weakling. Berg's not even a weakling, and Kowalik would be scrappy. They're all scrappy.
That's the whole thing. If someone is resisting you, if someone is fighting against you, and it's one-on-one, I think it's very hard to subdue somebody and then to invert them and push their head into a toilet and flush it.
I think I could get. I think
a lot of work.
I would like to, and I think I could put Elon Musk's head in the toilet.
I bet you could do that. Yeah.
I think I could.
If his security's not around.
If his security's not around and he has like no X weapons or whatever, or like no
flamethrower.
Like he has no weapons at all, I think I could eventually get Elon's head in the toilet.
But I guess the other element is like if you're trying to do it to me, you're not going to be like you're not going to be like punching me to knock me out.
No, so I wouldn't want to.
But you might do that to someone else that you don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's a little bit tougher to me because I'm like, I'll be fighting you, and then you're not going to want to hurt me too bad.
Yeah. You're be squealing the whole time. I love you, Wags.
I love you
Come
too,
on.
buddy. We're having fun. Did you see the Brutalist?
No.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
What's that? What do you mean by that?
I was thinking about, because for the longest time there was the squeal like a pig scene in Deliverance, and is now the new thing is you're
the Brutalist.
You're a lady of the evening. Is that the new thing? Like saying you're a lady of the evening, the new squeal like a pig.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
It'll get there. Here's the thing about Subway. I just don't like this chain. I don't like to go to it. I think the food is really bad. I thought the nachos were, hey, they were better than I expected, but I'm repeating myself. I think that's damning with faint praise. Last week, Mitch, on the show, we reviewed Dickey's Barbecue Pit and talked about its predatory business model and talked about how Subway is basically like the progenitor of this whole thing. For basically the past decade, Subway has had more stores closing than opening. So it's a chain that is in retreat. They've closed somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 locations in the past 10 years alone. Their model involves collecting large upfront franchise fees and then extracting a lot of revenue from these stores, so much so that it's like that a lot of these places can't turn a profit or can't even sustain themselves. Yeah. And then their franchisees who, the tyrannical small business owners exist, but there are a lot of these are just like, immigrants trying to live their version of the American dream, and they basically get hooked in by a Ponzi scheme from the Subway brand. And they sometimes force store closures. I was reading about this for an offense as minor as using the wrong kind of soap in the Subway bathroom. Wow. So it's just like, this is just a shitty company. They're a bad company with a bad product. And yes, Chick-fil-A also a bad company, but at least I like their chicken sandwiches.
Bad company rocks. Don't compare them to bad company.
A company with values that are contrary to my own, values that I certainly find repugnant, but certainly a better arrangement for franchisees and for their workers especially. I don't feel like that's the case with Subway.
Did you say repugnant?
Did not say repugnant. Anyway, let me decide how many hooves I'm going to give. I mean, forks.
I never thought you'd be mad at Piglet because you have a Piglet tattoo on your leg.
This is a tiger.
Oh, it's a tiger.
It's a tiger.
Oh, I thought you had a little piglet.
It's not a pig.
It's a badass tiger.
Thank you.
I wasn't taking all that into consideration for my.
I know. I'm not even saying you should. I'm talking about my own review. Like This is like, look, whatever. I look at this shit because this is our world, and we've reviewed Subway 5 times. Ultimately, I just hate their fucking sandwiches. I think they suck, and I think they're a bad company. And we're coming on year 10 of the podcast. I'm done giving charity forks. 1 fork for Subways. Fuck
Subway. I like it.
This is horrible.
I'm putting my hooves together for you right now because you know what? I am a little piggy and I like it.
Yeah, I'm also a little piggy.
Pigs
cute
are great.
and smart.
Pigs are great.
I compare you the smartest animal. You love that shit. You love being a fucking Dr. Dictionary. You love saying all your stupid shit.
Dr. Dictionary.
Yeah.
What? Oh, such a 80s bully thing to say.
Well, from
Dr. Dictionary over here.
I've never put anyone's head in the toilet, to be clear. I'm not a bully. Except it's fun to be a bully here.
Have you ever gotten your head in a toilet?
Yes, I've been bullied way more than I haven't got my head put in a toilet, but I've been bullied way more than I bullied people in my life.
I got close.
I've bullied friends.
In Boy Scouts, I got close to getting my head in a toilet, and I fought them off. I fought 2 kids off.
Holy
nice.
shit.
That's why he's so confident.
Yeah, I could
do
it.
He knows.
All right, so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, but they were, well, what are they, Scoutmasters or were they Scouts?
They were Scouts. They were 2 older Scouts.
2 older Scouts?
Yeah, one of them was my patrol leader.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Boy Scouts of America, horrible organization. Don't enlist your kids. Hey, we got a food stuff, and we're going to decide if you should put it in your mouth. It's Snack or Wack.
That's my shoe.
And Mitch, since we've got macarons this week, it's Mac or Wack. How about that?
Wow.
Why don't you let me bring these in?
Nice.
Audrey Rowe, my former agent, this is the truth.
Okay.
I think she's left the agency business.
Wow.
And she's making, how do you say it?
Macarons?
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 These ones have 1 O. The other ones
They have 1
2.
O? I thought they had 2
Macarons.
O's.
No, I read the packaging when it got here because I was curious.
They're macarons, not macaroons, right?
Oh, yes.
Because macaroons are the coconut ones. We went over this with Jamel. Macaroons are the coconut ones.
These look like the coconut ones.
Were they in the
I can't get
freezer?
a straight answer.
Wait, these are macaroons? I thought they were macarons.
Fridge, okay.
These are macarons.
Audrey said she likes them. These are rose. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. These look like macaroons.
They are macaroons. There are 2 O's.
There are
macaroons.
2 O's?
They are
I
macaroons.
don't know how to read.
Okay, I thought these were macarons. I had macarons in my notes. These are macarons.
Like,
So
is
why?
macarons a thing?
One of the O's is small.
One of the O's is
That's
small.
why it's hard to read.
Macarons
Oh.
are the fucking sandwiches.
Oh,
And then- yeah.
okay, thank you.
The dainty little
I feel like I
sandos.
always, okay.
And these are
These are macaroons.
Macaroons are the coconut guys.
All
And
right,
then
so
macaron is the French president.
there's 4.
Mhm.
So you and I have to split.
All right, we can do it.
All right, careful. Here we
You
go.
go first.
Here we go.
hog it.
Here we go.
Oh
I'm gonna give you.
God.
I'm sorry for calling you pig.
You don't need to apologize. It was fun.
Okay, what did we
Did
got
you really
here?
not like my fish wrap?
That's what this is about.
I like the Max wrap better, but you have more time to craft that. But I thought it was
Wait, what's the Max wrap?
that was what you did
Your
the
poem.
show.
Oh,
Oh,
what-
the poetry?
oh, the poetry.
The slam
Yeah,
poetry.
sorry, the slam poetry.
There we go.
I like
Thank
your
you.
Max slam poetry better than your improvised fish wrap, but they were both good.
In all fairness, Mitchie's going to do another rap at the end of the show.
Jesus Christ! What the hell are you doing?
You just snapped at Amelia for helping you?
What the fuck, Amelia? I just need
Oh
one more.
my
Peanut butter.
God.
Oh wait, is there? No, there's not. Oh, there's some extra. So Wags, we don't have to share. Phew.
I love it.
I have these two.
You have 2, so you need a peanut butter and a dark chocolate.
Does the term to hog something
Thank you.
come from someone being a little piggy?
Oh, wait, there's-
and
I think-
hogging
there's just
it?
one
I'm sure
less
it does.
of-
I'm sure that's
Wags, we only have to split 1.
Okay, which one are we splitting?
So wait, what do you have over there?
I've got
Lady and
a
the Tramp.
peanut butter, which I can't have. I've also
Oh, right.
got a white chocolate and a dark chocolate.
Oh shit, so that doesn't. We have to split the regular one.
We'll split the plain. It'll work out great. Oh, famously.
So these are Rose macaroons. My old
Rose
agent,
is the company.
I wonder why she left the business after having me as a client, but you know, she was also my lit agent. So what's on the side there? Plain milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, and peanut butter. So we have white chocolate, we have dark chocolate, we have peanut butter, and we have milk chocolate.
For you just
So we don't have plain, I guess, is the only one we don't have.
rosemax.com is the URL. ROWESMACS.com. We should
Gluten-free, Wags.
I love that. For our, for people not in the biz, a lit agent is someone who represents you as a writer.
That's right.
For literary.
Yeah. At CAA, my former agency. I'm not at
Yes.
CAA anymore. Audrey is great.
Yeah.
And she's following her passion of making macaroons. So
I think this is
Oh,
great.
that's great.
I'm gonna just bite into this. Why is that okay?
Which one are you starting with?
I'm gonna try the regular first.
Okay, great. I guess, Tony, what do you open?
I'm sorry. I opened up the white chocolate.
There you
Should
go.
we all?
All right, thanks, buddy.
Very cute.
You want
Very
to
cute.
try the original?
Wait, this is the original. This has a chocolate base, though.
I don't have a. Okay, so the milk chocolate is the original.
Yes.
Is
the
this
milk
a,
chocolate.
Is this a
Yeah.
milk
Okay.
chocolate or
Mhm.
okay? It's a milk chocolate.
Mhm.
base.
Okay,
Okay, I'll take a bite of
okay.
this son of a bitch.
I'll take some bitch.
Fuck, that's fucking good.
That's pretty damn good.
I was worried the chocolate was going to overwhelm it, but it's actually just a nice compliment to the coconut.
That's
And I'm not a huge coconut guy, and I like this.
I'm a big time coconut guy.
Mhm.
Really.
Where do you stand on coconut?
I think I'm in the middle.
Wow, how about that? The Three Bears.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, who's our little Goldilocks?
Well, not Jemmy. She can't eat any of this.
Yeah, she can.
That's damn good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want next, Wags?
Wait, can I have the rest of this? Do you have your permission?
Oh my God.
It's a crumb. I hope people are watching.
It was one flake of coconut.
It was truly so tiny.
That's me being mad. That's not him. Which should we do next?
I opened up the white chocolate.
All right, let's do
Should we
that. White
save-
chocolate next.
Okay.
Okay, great. I'm opening up the white chocolate.
Oh, I got 2 milk chocolates. My bad. So I guess you guys didn't have to share.
We
Uh-oh.
didn't have to share.
She's gonna squeal again.
Thanks a lot, Tony. All right, here we
Do
go.
you guys think you could bite into one of these at the same time?
Lady in the Tramp.
Lady in the Tramp this?
Yeah.
I don't want to try.
I was just curious.
We have Lady
Nick, I would have tried.
we have Lady in the Tramp in the past. Do we have like a knife or any sort of utensil? Because if I can bisect this and we can
yeah.
share some bites.
Amelia,
Jesus, Mitch.
I was gonna say, do any of you guys not care about eating half of a bite?
No, I don't care.
All right, great. No, I'm gonna ask.
Amelia, what are you doing?
Crazy enough.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a white chocolate skeptic.
Me too.
But you know what? I maybe like this more than the milk chocolate.
Yeah.
I
like
I've
this.
grown to like white chocolate a little bit more as I've gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's part of it. But yeah, I'm usually a big skeptic.
I'm shocked by this well, you guys and then take that guy.
All right, I'm gonna cut this up.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did you have an extra one?
Yeah, that one's not open.
There we go.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I like. Maybe it's different. I don't know. I, as I just said, like white chocolate. This one's good.
It is good. Yes,
It is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's a
very good.
time.
Want to do peanut butter next because Wags can't do it, so we can quickly, as he's cutting things up here.
Yeah.
About 110 to 120 calories per pop here.
Okay.
So,
Here's a question for you.
mhm.
Get that?
Do you like salt on a chocolate chip cookie?
Yes, sometimes I actually do. It depends.
Me 100%. I think I love a salted chocolate chip cookie. I think it's delightful.
Salted caramel.
Man.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
I
Wags-
don't have a peanut butter. Maybe that was the mistake.
Oh, there was no peanut butter.
All right, you want
Is
this
this a
PB?
peanut butter?
You want to like this?
No, this is dark chocolate.
You don't care, do you?
No. You don't care, do you? You don't care, do you, babe?
I did not call you babe, just for the record.
I know, but it feels like that's what that vibe was.
I like that a lot. Peanut butter is maybe my favorite one, Wags. I'm sad you can't try it.
That's all right.
It's all you. Alrighty?
I've uncarpletted all of these into quarter portions. I'm gonna move these over to the dais if anyone wants to try some.
Oh,
That's so
thank you.
nice.
Macaroons. There you go.
I did like that one.
Let me try the white chocolate.
And I'm a peanut butter fan. But I like the white chocolate better. And I think the regular one better than the peanut butter.
Well, that white chocolate sneaks up on you.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Isn't it?
That's a surprise winner.
So these all come in the box. They
Well done,
last
Audrey.
about. I think Audrey said they last about like 3 to 4 weeks. They're all individually wrapped in kind of these little condom wrappers, or so I've been told. This is what condom
And
wrappers look like.
and they freeze well, right?
And they freeze well. Like, Audrey likes to freeze her. She says that she said to put them straight in the freezer.
Oh, interesting.
We put them in the fridge.
Yeah.
And they taste pretty damn good.
Yeah.
We're on to the dark chocolate here.
I'm out
Last
of
one.
dark chocolate.
You're having it now?
I just ate it.
All right, here we go.
That's really yummy too.
Ah!
That I think is my favorite. I just think dark chocolate pairs really well with coconut.
Mhm.
I mean, I mean this in a complimentary way. It reminds me of a Mounds bar.
Yeah.
It's like a fancy Mountain bar.
Fancy
Mhm.
Mounds bar, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's really good.
That's nice.
Isn't this so much better than the fucking Subway we ate? Isn't this like way the fuck better?
It is way better.
Yeah, man.
It's way better.
Not even on the same planet.
Yeah.
You're so.
I think you're mad at Subway.
You
I
are
am
mad at Subway. Yeah, you're mad.
It
at Subway.
sucks. The podcast sucks. You
The
know
podcast
this.
is bad.
But it's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just what you were saying earlier. Everything's so fucking bad now.
Everything's
we thought things would
bad.
be good.
Our
Things are fucking bad.
prestige show is fucking Last of Us. What are we supposed to do? The
It's all fucking bad.
it's all
Like again,
bad.
I'm a little kid. I was like, oh, there's a video game show on TV. Oh, cool. You know, like I'd be so fucking excited. And it's just like everything's so fucking stupid and
you
bad.
are about Twisted Metal. That you are about.
I am
Twisted
excited
Metal.
about Twisted Metal. Hey, Twisted Metal's great.
But you know, we just need better stuff.
Yeah.
It's, Subway is. It just sucks when the stuff that already sucked. Subway was like a concession you would make. It's like,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
fine, I'll get
Subway.
Subway. Oh shit, I gotta go
Wait
work
for
up
my
the birthday
flight.
boy's house for 7 hours. I'm
Right.
gonna get some Subway. I'll eat Subway and
Yeah.
it'll be fine. It just is. It doesn't cut it anymore. Why?
It doesn't. And why not get Panda Express? Like, if there's a Panda Express in the same, you know
what?
mini mall, I'll go to Panda Express every fucking time and spend about the same amount of money and have a way better meal.
Wags fork revision. 1 fork for me as well.
Wow.
All right, I would like to revise, but I'm not taking in their practices into account,
Okay.
and maybe I'm a part of the problem because
No,
you
no,
said
no.
that's not what we're doing.
It's not what we're doing. I gave Chick-fil-A 4 forks. So whatever. Do you like Chick-fil-A?
They have nothing for me.
Okay. Oh, right.
And also I don't support them.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna revise to 2 forks.
That's fair. That's pretty
forks.
good. Was it 3 to 2?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Broken Plate Club for sure for Subway.
Mm.
How about this? Dipping your cookie in milk or milk substitute. Does it enhance the experience or ruin the texture?
I especially a Subway cookie, I would dunk that some bitch.
Yeah.
And some milk.
Yeah.
Milk alternate though, I don't know. Does that work with milk in a?
You can do it with the soy milk, sure.
Yeah, as someone who
work.
doesn't like and I grew up, we've talked about this before, was like a chug and milk type of
Me too.
lady.
Yeah.
Love it. But no longer. And not because it doesn't agree, just because I think it's crazy. But I think a milk substitute, still good.
Yeah, I agree.
Still great.
All
and
right.
if you get an Oreo cookie and you soak it a little bit, and then that's even better. I feel like it depends on the type of cookie.
We went across the street before we recorded, got some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You requested a hot soy latte. The coffee shop over there doesn't have soy milk anymore. I've noticed this trend. They as far as substitutes milk, soy milk is going the way of the dodo. You're seeing a lot more oat milk and almond milk.
Was Linda Richmond over there or no?
She was.
Yeah. Okay.
She was getting a little verklempt though, so I left her alone.
That's fair.
Yeah.
From Coffee Talk, Linda Richmond. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got it. It just
Talk
sucks.
amongst yourselves. Yeah, that's crazy. I think oat milk, it is creamier and nicer.
Yeah.
But I need more protein, and not that I'm getting it from soy milk, but it does have more protein than that. Almond milk to me has too much of a taste to it.
I agree.
That like it kind of is just a different vibe. But yeah.
I don't like almond milk, and it's also like super wasteful to produce. Oat milk, I think, is pretty energy efficient and is also like it gets the job done for me.
Mhm.
But I like soy milk, and when I had a dietitian who I was consulting with to keep me from hurting my body too much from this bad podcast, she was very much like, yeah, soy milk is the one to go with because it's got it's exactly what you're saying. It's got the most protein.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and oat milk is pretty nutritionally inert. Doesn't add a lot.
I know it might not mean a lot, but I love the podcast, so.
Tony, that's so nice. We love having you on the podcast.
Thank you, Tony.
Well, I'm just saying you guys get down about the podcast, but you have a lot of fans and a lot of people who like it.
We have a lot of funny friends who make
We
it
do.
good.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Hey, that was check out Rose Macaroons again. That URL is
Hey, snacks all around for me.
snacks all around.
If I had to
is
rank them, maybe it would go
rosemax.com.
peanut butter first for me, and then dark chocolate is right there.
Dark chocolate was intense.
Dark
It was
chocolate
pretty intense.
Yeah.
I would say, and then white chocolate, and then the regular bread. All of them are snacks, and all of them are good. So the milk chocolate, my fourth ranking, but still I thought was good.
I'd be curious about Audrey's process here and how macaroons ended up being the thing to land on. I'm just curious about all this. We'll get some context from her.
Yep.
Hey, just like your restaurant value feedback, let's open the feedback. Today's email is from Ben. Ben writes, in January at the grocery store, I found Pepsi Vanilla Nitro on the shelves. Never heard of it before, bought one, and it was so good. I went online to see what people thought about it and found out it had positive reviews, but also that Pepsi discontinued it. I bought it literally the last day it was on the shelves.
Wow.
Are there any sort of grocery items that are discontinued that you crave? Oreo flavor promotions or past Ben & Jerry's pints or soda fads, etc. Wow, thanks for the question, Ben. Pepsi Vanilla Nitro, our buddy JF from YKS is saying that the decade of Pepsi. It might be the decade of Pepsi, frankly.
And once again, I just want to clarify that Jesse is a dipshit. So I don't know. I really don't know if it's a decade of Pepsi, but maybe it is.
Maybe it is. I'm like the Pepsi limited varietals I've had have been mostly pretty good. The Pepsi, the vanilla, what was it? It was cherries and cream. Was that what it was? Or strawberries and cream?
Yeah.
That was a really, really good variant. I totally missed the vanilla nitro, but that sounds real good. I'm intrigued. Maybe I'll try to track it down. What do you think?
It was great.
Fuck.
It was
Are
really
we saying
good.
nitro like coffee?
Yeah,
It's
like nitro coffee. Yeah.
it's like a Guinness where you got to open it and do a hard pour.
It's got like a
into
So is
foamy
coffee
head.
That
in
sounds
it?
awesome.
Or
There's no
the way
there's
they
no
do
coffee
it
in it.
is a
There's also
nitro?
way of
Nitrogen.
carbonating.
Okay.
Yeah, it's carbonated with nitrogen instead of CO2. So it has to be like in a widget in the can. They can't like put it in and just can it. You have to like release the carbonation as you pour.
Nitrogen, one of my
hardcore.
favorite elements. How about you?
Yeah, nitrogen's up there. I'd
Helium.
probably.
Helium's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Helium's
Comedians,
funny.
look, if you ask a Mount Element more of comedians, helium is always going to be up
Absolutely.
there
Helium's
because it
very
makes your
funny.
voice funny.
I like
Yeah,
carbon
that's why.
because I think it's
Carbon.
just a pretty important, foundational element.
We're carbon based.
We're carbon based. That's the whole thing. And then also oxygen. I mean,
Hey,
giver of life.
oxygen,
Where would we be without
100%.
oxygen?
Oxygen makes it onto my.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put oxygen on your Mount Element more, you're not going to put hydrogen.
I put that on there. I mean, like,
Well, you're
honestly,
gonna
those
split
two
them up,
slots,
yeah.
hydrogen and oxygen, have probably given two
Right
two
next
Mount
to each
Rushmore
other?
heads. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as far as the rest of it, I mean, I've always had the noble gases. I've always had a sort of a soft spot for. Maybe throw an argon on there, but I think there's a case for the ones that have an element that does not look like what the element is. Like, isn't iron like Fe or something like that? One of those.
Oh,
I
right,
like it
yeah.
when the letters don't match how we say it in
Potassium
English.
is K, right?
Potassium is K.
Oh,
That one's real
right,
good. Yeah, I like that a
What were
lot.
they doing?
Man, I don't know. Smoking
Noble
something.
gases is cool. It's just cool sounding.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool sounding.
Noble gases.
Noble gases. Yeah.
My dad.
It sounds like a guy who loved to fart, and he was like, "Oh, my noble gases."
It does sound like a guy who likes to fart.
Okay, the question was discontinued grocery item that you crave. And
It's funny because the Doughboys have done the actually exact opposite of this, where we've multiple times, we're going to do the pickle menu today, and we looked in from Popeyes.
Yeah.
And then the pickle menu was discontinued. What else did we this just
like
happened?
a mere 11 days after they launched it or
Yes.
something
Yeah, they-
ridiculous.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Well, the problem
Taco
is there
Bell,
would
we
have
had
been
this
nothing you
issue.
could eat, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We did this with Taco
I thought it
Bell.
was just
Remember, we were
There
going to
was
get.
some like Alex Earl burger that
The Alex
Yes,
Earl
yeah,
burger.
we just missed the window for
We
that.
always we try to get the thing the day it ends. So
Yeah.
we miss out on it. But we were going to do the pickle menu, but then also all they had left was pickle lemonade, pickle frozen lemonade, and a pickled chicken sandwich, which is like
oh yeah,
you could drink the drinks, I guess.
I like pickles.
I got
you guys
chocolate
big-
in my hand. I still got chocolate on my hand.
We believe you.
Here's chocolate. I know I went to the bathroom during this.
Here's one.
Yeah.
And this is one that I don't think has been made in 20 years. But
Whoa!
there was a Cap'n Crunch, because we know Cap'n Crunch and we know Cap'n Crunch Oops All Berries.
Mhm.
There was a time when they had Cap'n Crunch's Oops All Choco Donuts.
Wow.
And so this is a chocolate donut cereal.
Wow.
Our buddy Jim Woods said about this, that's a pretty big oops.
Yeah.
Because you're making something completely different than
Different,
Cap'n
yeah.
Crunch, making Oops All
Jim
Choco
is
Donuts.
100% correct.
But this was a good ass cereal that I just don't think you can find anymore.
I've said this here in Australia, the Zinger sandwich from KFC is still a thing.
Oh yeah, they still got the Zinger over there.
The
And yeah,
Zinger.
because Ben's specifically asking about grocery store items, but if we're
items.
generalizing it to all things, I mean, I'll always talk about the Bell Beefer from Taco Bell. Bring back the Bell Beefer.
Sure.
Yeah, basically their version of a sloppy Joe with taco meat.
Oh.
That
Whoa.
Yeah.
maybe for the decades menu they'll bring it back. At
You
some
think they'll
point.
do it?
They should.
I wonder.
The Bell Beefer, that's fun.
Yeah.
Fun
to say.
Yeah, it is.
Man, there's a lot of
It's fun to hear.
there's a lot of grocery store. Oh man, you know what I loved? Rice Krispie Treats cereal.
Oh yeah,
Do you
Is it
remember that?
Still making
That was
Yeah.
fucking good
That
as
was
hell.
good.
It was
You
like
mean
Rice
Rice
Krispies
Krispies?
treats, basically in cereal form.
But different than Rice Krispies.
Right,
Yes.
different than Rice
Okay.
Krispies.
There's like
there was
little
a
pieces of the treats.
Oh, I
yes,
did not have
Rice-
as cereal.
Rice
That's
Krispies
phenomenal.
existed as like a home recipe. The like kind of the American cooks organically created Rice Krispies treats, and then the company took that back and made their own packaged Rice Krispies treats, and then ultimately made a Rice Krispies treats version of the cereal.
Yeah, it was
So
fucking
yeah, those are
good as
the
hell.
Ouroboros of influence. Yeah, it was
It was like
Those are good.
the feeling of eating. Sorry, the feeling was I doing too much with my hand? The sensation. It felt like you were really eating
yeah.
a Rice Krispie treats. Like it tasted like Rice Krispie treats. They did
Right.
it. Whatever
Yeah.
chemical equation was in there.
They did it.
And then do you remember? You remember this? I wasn't a big mushroom. I wasn't a big marshmallow fan in cereal, but I'm sure you remember this, Wags. I know you know it. But the Nintendo cereal was half Mario
yeah, of course,
and half
yeah.
Zelda.
Oh, cute.
Each there was one on each half.
Yeah, that was a
And-
really fun gimmick.
I think the Mario one was good. Whichever one, there's one that had marshmallows in it, and I think the Mario one didn't have marshmallows in it and was good as hell.
Yeah, I think the wood only one was better, but I can't remember either of them specifically. I just remember the gimmick of them both being in two cereals in one box. I thought was dynamite.
What were the squeeze drinks? They still
Squeeze-Its.
Squeeze-Its.
Squeeze-Its were fun.
Squeeze-Its are like they changed the form factor of all these. Like Cheez-It, they're just in like regular bottles now or whatever the fuck.
Which is maybe
Yeah.
good.
Which they also did for like Reese's.
Yeah, not a hard, thick plastic.
Which
Makes
we
sense.
were drinking out of.
Yeah.
Squeeze-Its were, but also was that look? Is it the nostalgic lens that I liked them? Is that why they were you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder where we are with fun shapes for mac and cheeses. Because I remember mac and cheeses used to have a bunch of like, I just like I like the texture of the spirals better than the elbows. And I don't know if they make the spirals anymore.
SpongeBob shaped mac and cheese noodles.
Yes.
Sometimes those are really like fun and squishy.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in the store and it's the Brutalist. They have Brutalist shapes for mac and cheese.
Oh wow! So they like got Guy Pearce's head with a mustache.
Yeah.
And then like
one of the structures that he builds,
a T square.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
It is fun.
Those I think sometimes it would just really change the taste of those. Like the mac and cheese would taste different.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a tangent, but I'm curious your, especially you two, your answers. I didn't want fettuccine Alfredo, but I wanted spaghetti Alfredo because the noodles taste different.
Sure.
With the sauce,
Yeah,
right?
completely reasonable.
Right?
To
That's
prefer
You know what I would take over both of those?
What?
Trump.
Nice.
I feel like there's also
I get what you're saying though. That is to your actual point.
But okay. Drew made me feel nuts of like, no, I don't think shit. And it's like it does change the sauce and the noodle combination.
Different noodles
Yes.
are made for different types of sauces too. Like you get like a bucatini that's like a spaghetti but has a hole in the middle is for certain sauces, and then you do like shells or like the spirals are for certain sauces.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all on purpose.
You'll eat something in sauce and you're like, I'm getting too much noodle. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're getting too much noodle and you want more sauce. It messes the equation.
Totally agree. I think the ratios are important, and I think you gotta pair those things appropriately. The other one that comes to mind, this is another sweet treat, the Hostess Chocodile, which was like a chocolate covered Twinkie that they discontinued.
Oh, whoa!
And I used to love these fucking things, and also Chocodile is just fun to say.
It is fun to say.
It's like crocodile, but with chocolate.
I wish I had one. I can't. Wow, you could really pull these up. I can't think of a single thing that I miss or is not there. What?
Well.
Oh, stop it.
If you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants.
Can I just quickly say, I call Wally, my cat Wally, a little piglet. Sometimes my dad used to call my cat Zip a little piglet. Yeah. It's a term of endearment to me, Wags.
Oh, that's so nice.
I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
Aww.
Oink, oink. If you have a question or comment about the world of chain restaurants, you can email us at feedback@birdfuck.com or leave us a voicemail at 830-GO-TO. That's 830-463-684. Our producer,
you saying birdfuck.com?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, our URL now is birdfuck.com.
I'm so afraid that this is like a shine box thing where you were going to kill me.
No, I'm not kind of. Why do you think so? Why do you think that?
Why is it birdfuck? Or you guys already discussed
We discussed why it's birdfuck.
Mitch had a dream that he registered a URL called birdfuck.com, and so we registered it on the podcast, and then we decided to make it our official homepage.
I woke up from a dream, which I never have dreams.
Doughboys.
Back when I didn't use my CPAP, I never had dreams.
Oh, now you're sleeping.
And now I'm sleeping. But this is before I used my CPAP. So I had a dream about like a website, birdfuck.com.
Wait, so you
I think it's
don't
because
have
my
Doughboys?
god sister sent me a video of a bird fucking.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I don't think we have any sort of Doughboys URL, do we?
No.
No.
It's doughboyspodcast.com redirects to birdfuck.
Okay, great. So we do have that.
Doughboyspodcast.com redirects to birdfuck.
Or you can
So
do
we own
Birdpluck.
doughboyspodcast.com.
Okay, yeah, it works
We
out.
also own Birdpluck.
That's right.
For
Birdpluck
a
also
little bit more G-rated.
safe for work.
Okay.
G-rated, yeah.
J-Reach.
Oh, God.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Our lives are jokes.
Our producer is Emma Erdbrink. Our associate producer is Amelia Marino. Our supervising video producer is Casey Donahue. Our video editor is Mike Dorfman. Doughboys merch is available at kinshipgoods.com/doughboys. And hey, as I mentioned, Mank returns. A Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Of Mission Impossible episodes leading up to Junk.
Rolls
where we'll talk about the final.
Rolls
reckoning.
right off the tongue. Mission Impossible.
Only at patreon.com/doughboys. The one and only Toni Charline Ramos. Toni, thank you so much for being here.
A pleasure. What a
What
delight.
a hoot. What a joy.
And you can take us out on a goodbye rap if you'd like.
I would not take that because I know you've been thinking about it the whole time.
I have not been thinking
yes,
about
you
it.
Have.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
Toni, do you have any plugs?
I don't.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Now it's time to end the show. Weiger and Mitch say we gotta
Go. Goodbye wrap. It's the goodbye wrap. Goodbye.
That was a Headgum podcast.